Hello, Zoom world. We're gonna start in just a few minutes, okay? So give it a. I should be starting in 3 to 5 minutes. Okay, so we are going to start. Good morning. Hope you guys are doing well. And this is a class that I definitely want you guys to be interactive with. I'm going to ask you a lot of questions. This is a space that you can be open. We're all trying to grow and learn, okay? So don't feel like any question is stupid. Don't feel like you're asking too much. The more questions, the better that you learn and the quicker that you get to that success, okay? I'm going to walk back. Maria, can you tell me if you can hear me from the back in just a second? So as I talk and walk, can you hear me, Maria? She's listening. Can you hear me now? Maria? No? Yes? She unmuted. Maria? Oh, you know what? Maybe. No? Okay, I can't hear you, Maria, so if you are talking, I don't hear you. Yes, I'm talking. Huh. I wonder. Okay, Caesar, can you hear me? Can you come off and see if it's Maria or if it's me?
Yes, I hear you.
Okay, and I can hear you. So Maria, for some reason, I don't hear you. Thank you, Caesar.
You're welcome.
I'm unmuted. Yeah, but some reason I can hear him, but I can't hear you. Alrighty. Okay, yeah, go ahead, Maria. So we're gonna all introduce ourselves, where we are in our business, what made us join real estate, and then go from there. So go ahead, Malak.
Hi, my name is Malak. So I was a teacher before,
Okay.
and I just got burned out with COVID. It was a tough one, and I've always loved real estate. Like I moved so many times since I came to the U.S., and so it was intriguing, and I was like, hey, I may as well just give it a try, and here I am.
And how long have you been licensed now?
End of April, so like 3 months to 4 months.
Okay, awesome.
Yep.
Thank you.
Hi, my name is Tanya. I just recently started again trying to get the real estate. I got my license back last year in November, but I have not worked real estate. I've been working in insurance for more than 10 years.
Mm.
And I was like kind of like stuck in the same insurance business, but I want to change. And I have always had the interest in real estate, but I never really, got the license until the pandemic started. And then I said, okay, let me get the license now that I'm working less hours. That's how I got my license.
Okay, awesome. Thank you for sharing. Yaritza?
Well, my name is Elisa Pearson. I got my license in sometime I think in February, something like that. I was working at a hospital till Friday.
Yes.
Um,
Congrats.
I was originally trying this whole part-time, which is, at first it doesn't work. You really have to give it all first. And that's the decision that I made as of for today. I moved this weekend. I'm like 2 minutes away from here.
Which I like your little posts on your social media.
The what?
Your posts that you make on social media.
Yes. So I've been changing all around everything to cater to this decision for me to learn everything and give it in my all. At the same time, it allows me to manage my own time rather than at the hospital. I was not doing that great of a time management. So here it gave me that opportunity. And also I want to get licensed as a nurse over here because I'm licensed in my country, and that gives me the opportunity to have that extra time as well.
To focus on that
To
too.
focus on that too, and focus on this and be available. Like, right now I have pretty much a client
Okay.
that later we will talk about it. So it's for a rental.
Okay.
It's a coworker from my old job, so I want to represent her and we want to go see properties and stuff. So I've been marketing myself.
Good.
And even though that I was like doing it part-time, so hopefully,
And you, Yaritza, did save, you have savings, so doing the
Yes,
full time
yes,
is.
Yes, this plan, I would say that it's been many years of plan, not like overall, like, oh, I decided to, a leap of faith without analyzing. I do have like pretty much.
Reserves.
Reserve that allow me to do this. That's why I worked for a little while, moved nearby, like did everything catering to this decision, yes.
Great. Thank you
I'm
for
also
sharing.
a nursing student, and that my path is kind of the same thing. When I quit teaching, I had some savings. I was like, okay, instead of not doing anything,
Yeah, furthering your education and investing in yourself is very important. It's a little bit of a sacrifice, but in the long run, it's going to make a big difference for your life.
Thank you. You also shared something else with me personally, but I'm going to share it a little bit later on, just about who you surround yourself. So that's going to be something that we talk about. Ignite session 1 is mainly about mindset. So we're going to talk a lot about mindset because that is the first step to getting you into action. And then that's what's going to create all the other things that you need to learn in the rest of the Ignite. However, it starts with your mind, right? We made the decision, we got licensed, and are we going to actually do what it takes to take it to that next level? So, and Victoria, go ahead.
So my name is Victoria Lazaro. I recently started working here. I'm working with Christina.
Before arriving here, I worked at a special needs school for 4 years. The reason that's why I took the decision to leave was because it wasn't my niche per se. I've always had an interest in real estate, and thankfully I have this opportunity now. It's an opportunity, and I'm soon to be licensed. So.
Good. Caesar, may you introduce yourself, please?
Yes, good morning. Yes, I'm here, because I got my license in 2014, and I'm here because I has been invited for another agent from Keller Williams. Also, I'm here to grow up my business and take the opportunity to work in this great company.
Nice. Thank you.
Thank you.
Crystal?
Hi, I'm Crystal. I just finished my 3rd year as a teacher, and I'm trying to transition into real estate as a realtor. I got my license in January and still trying to figure out my business.
It's okay. And yeah, I see we have a lot of teaching type positions that are going into real estate. That's an interesting thing that's happening here. So
COVID happened.
is it COVID that maybe?
For me, yeah.
Okay. Thank you, Crystal.
Mhm.
And actually, Crystal, I have a question for you. What's something that you've learned the most, because you've been licensed for 7 months and just trying to figure it out? What's something that you've learned a lot about?
It just requires a lot of patience with yourself, because especially if you're transitioning from another career and you're still trying to figure out your financing and then also how to set up your business as well, it just requires a lot of patience on your end with yourself.
Okay, a lot about mindset. Thank you. And Maria, let's see if we can hear you now. Maybe. Okay, I don't think I can hear Maria. No, I cannot. I'm sorry, Maria. I heard everybody but you. If you want, can you just put in the chat a little bit about yourself, how long you've been licensed, what made you decide to come to real estate, and I'll read it out loud for everybody to hear, because I know you're not a new agent. While you do that, I just had Robert come in. So what we're doing is introducing ourselves, how long we've been in the business, what made us get into real estate if new. Go ahead.
Oh, so I decided to make the switch into real estate probably February of this year. I was in hospitality, just looking to build like a independent schedule where I can work around works for me. And what was the last specific question?
Why you got into real estate? Like,
Oh yeah, just pretty much looking to find more independence in my schedule and pursuing something new, and challenging myself to successful at it.
thank you. We're just waiting for Maria. Okay, so been licensed since 2014, did it for personal use until last year that she left corporate America and decided to do real estate full time. Awesome, love it. So that's a long time that you did it part-time. And was, Maria, was it also COVID that made you decide to do this full-time? I'm just curious because I'm seeing a trend here. Oh, okay. So 3 months before COVID. Okay, cool. Alrighty, guys. So thank you for sharing. Like I said, this particular Ignite is mainly mindset. I am not going to teach you how to write a contract. I'm not going to teach you about sellers. I'm going to teach you about yourself and getting you into action. So a little bit about me. Most of you know me. However, just to get it in the recording, I've been licensed since 2017, full-time. I quit cold turkey my other job and just did it full-time. I never was a part-time agent. It was difficult because I was with a small brokerage and the growth took me a lot longer. However, I joined Keller Williams November of 2019. And in that year and a half, I've grown probably 3 times more than I did in the other 2 years of being in real estate. Obviously, my life has changed tremendously. I became a coach. I do trainings now, and I help others build their businesses as I'm building mine. I am still very much in production, so I know exactly what's going on in the market. So I'm able to assist you guys because I know what's happening on the day-to-day. I definitely have a lot of mindset things that I work on every single day. I have 2 coaches. So I have one coach to coach you guys and one coach for my production. And the coach for my production, I pay $1,000 a month, no matter what. So obviously he keeps me in line because I need to produce. If I'm not producing, how am I going to pay him, right? I very much believe in coaching. I'm a coachable person. I'm someone that I take what they say and I put it into action. And that's what I want to teach you guys, how to be coachable. Because it's a little bit different when you're first starting in a new career. It's a business, right? All businesses technically are the same. We all have to lead generate, no matter the business. Let's say you're an attorney, right? You go to school all these years, you get you take your state exam, and now you're an attorney, right? You know it all, but you have not one client to help. So you have to lead generate. You have to find that clientele to assist them, right? And that's why so many attorneys join big practices, because if they join a big practice, now they're given these leads to assist until they have enough clientele, and that's when they start their own practice. Does that make sense? So the same concept for any business. If you're doing a restaurant, you need clientele, so you need to lead generate. It's the same thing with real estate. We get so scared of sales. However, if you're building a business, that is what it entails, right? Lead generation. How do I get people to want to work with me? So for me, mindset is very big. I definitely had to work on that for a while before I really could take it to that next level, because if it's not in my mind that I can help people, if I'm thinking that sales is wrong, then guess what? How I present myself is going to be that I'm salesy, right? So how can I work on that myself so that I can project the right feelings and then they want to work with me? Okay, so we're going to be talking a lot about that. So does everybody have their Ignite binder? Ignite session 1. I'm going to teach you really quick. I'm sharing my screen to show you how to get the things that you're going to need for every Ignite session. Again, this is Ignite session 1. So I'm just teaching you certain things so that throughout the Ignite sessions, you'll know what to expect when you're talking to those instructors, okay? So if you go to KW Connect, you're going to search Ignite. And then here, the first one is Ignite, and you can put course materials. This is for anybody that doesn't have the book or needs to get on here. And then you would go to student resources. And then session 1 mission, session 2 mission, all the missions are there. On the bottom, you're gonna have a buyer needs analysis, buyer presentation, pre-listing presentation, listing presentation, scripts. I mean, you have so much stuff here on the bottom that you could utilize. So I'd suggest that you guys definitely tonight go through all this and kind of get to know your Ignite section here. So for Power Session 1, this is what you're supposed to be doing. So gather your supplies, check out Ignite online, watch and read. So these are the things that you need to read. Watch, I'm sorry. Did you guys happen to watch the videos or no? Okay, so from now on, before your next session, you're gonna watch whatever this says. So let's give you an example. Tomorrow is gonna be Ignite session 2, okay? So you're gonna go to the KW Connect, you're gonna search Ignite, and you're gonna go to the student resources, okay? From here, you're gonna click Power Session 2, because that's tomorrow. And whatever this says to do, you're gonna do it before the session. This is like your homework, okay? So most people don't know that, and they never do session 1 homework, which is understandable. So I'm probably gonna play the videos for you here so that you guys all have watched it and are up to date with that. And then tonight, this is what you need to work on for tomorrow's Ignite. Any questions on this? Good? Okay. So what is our goal here at Keller Williams? Anybody know?
Yeah.
What is it?
Well, the mission is God, family, and business.
Yes, but
But it's more-
what's your goal? What do they look up to here?
She says it all the time. It really.
Well, it's to be a capper, right? To make
Oh.
100% of your money. So that's what we're doing. We're cappers in training. We are working to be a capper, because when you're a capper, that means you make 100% of your commission, right? And then as you cap, it's how can I cap quicker? How can I cap quicker? Because the quicker you cap, the more money you keep for that year. Okay. So let me go to my slideshow because you guys don't have questions about how to get that.
I kind of do. I was just trying to,
Oh, go ahead.
okay, so you go to command, right?
No,
No, and then next to it is connect.
KW Connect is where you're going. Yes.
Well, the way that I'm going. to have this.
I just go kwconnect.com. Good. No?
No, but it's okay. I mean, I will see it there, and then you can look how my computer is.
When we take a break.
Exactly.
Okay. Perfect. So page 7 of session 1. So there should be a few questions there. I want you to take a few moments to answer these. And then we're going to discuss it together so we can see where everybody's head is at, okay? Again, page 7, there's a couple questions there. Just to see where your mindset is at right now. Are you using mine? Okay, yeah, you could use. Well, it doesn't matter. Oh, let me see my instructions. Just about a minute left. I'm giving a couple of seconds left, Zoom World, because some people are still writing. Okay, so I do want at least one person to share from each one. So if you have one that you want to share about, make sure to raise your hand for that one. Otherwise, I'm picking people. Have you achieved your financial goals through your career so far? Who would like to share?
All right, let's share.
Mhm.
No, I haven't. The reason is I think I was too focused. I've always struggled with schoolwork, and I haven't found that job that not only I'm passionate about, but that makes me the right amount of money that I need to achieve my goals.
And how do you feel you can do that with real estate?
I think that with real estate, you have that financial, I mean, so I've always had the 8 to 5 with a salary job, and you work a lot with making not that much money. Well, with real estate, if you put in the work and you work those 8 to 5 hours,
Yes.
you can actually make more money than you would if you had, in my previous job.
Okay. Remember, guys, this is a mindset class. If you guys open up, it's going to be easier for you to kind of work through that. Okay, so please be open. What is the one thing that makes one real estate agent more successful than others? Who knows the answer? What is it?
Follows.
Lead generation. Yeah.
I put education, lead generation, and follow-up, like in that order.
It's lead generate. That's the number one. Because then it creates, right, that lead follow-up, and it goes to all the other ones. Why don't all agents do this? Why don't they lead generate?
They're not motivated.
They're not what?
Motivated. They're not. Lack of motivation.
Oh, okay. What else? Go ahead.
Due to fear of failure.
Yes. Do you guys have a fear of failing? No? No?
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Real
Who answered on Zoom? I'm sorry.
Crystal,
What did you say?
I do have a huge fear of failing.
Okay, can you expand on that a little bit? Tell me about that.
I guess I'm afraid just because I don't want to let anyone down. My parents and my sisters who look up to me. My parents invested a lot in me, and I want it to mean something, even though, I wanted to get into real estate, but it ended up not. I ended up not using the degree I got in it. So now I'm doing this, and I just, I want to make the most of whatever I do so I can give back to them at the end.
Yes, thank you for sharing. And let me ask you, Crystal,
Yes.
if you don't get into action at all, how do you think that that'll make your parents feel?
Disappointed.
Okay. Now, if you get into action and give it your all, how will they feel?
They'd be proud. They'd be happy. They'd be happy that, I'm doing something that is showing results and that hopefully I'm good at and I'll be successful at. And honestly, at the end, I could help them with whatever needs that they have because they are, going through some things. So, it'll come around full circle and they'll be really appreciative of it.
Thank you for sharing. I appreciate it.
No problem.
So my next question is your desire to succeed more powerful than your fear from doing the one thing that will make you successful?
Yeah.
So how can we show that day after day?
Commitment.
Okay.
Mindset.
Okay. What were you gonna say?
To be determined and to actually do what.
Do the lead generation.
Yeah. And what your coach, like yourself, gives us like, you should do this. So
Then do
actually
it.
Do it and follow up and
Yep.
look for the help if you need to.
Yes, that's an important one because a lot of people, I've noticed now that I'm a coach, because this is not my personality, but there's some people that are scared to ask questions. I'm someone that's always just ask the questions and just try to get the answers. But I've noticed that's a big thing. They don't want to ask for help. And that's mindset, right? You think that either you're bothering someone, you're a burden, You can do it by yourself. There's different reasons as to why people feel that way. But that's definitely something that is mindset. You have to see, why am I not going to someone to ask for help? Why do I feel that I need to do this by myself, right? And these are all things that you need to reflect on with yourself. You should have white space in your calendar. So white space meaning time that you're just working on your business with yourself. What can I work on? What do I need to improve on? What did I do good this week? Having that white space with yourself will help you reflect, listening to podcasts to keep that mindset going. An example that I like to give is, like, I hate cooking, right? I don't like to cook at all. And I have a daughter, she's 10 turning 11, well, 10 turning 30. And guess what? Even though I don't like to cook, she's got to eat, right? So no matter what, I have to feed her. And no, we should see that with our business. No matter what we're feeling that moment, we have to do it. And a lot of people do not stick to that determination every single day. And why is that? Because we don't have the reason for why we're doing it, right? If my daughter doesn't eat, well, guess what? I mean, she's going to starve. So that is the reason that I do it. What are we doing for our business? Why are we doing the things that we're doing every single day? Okay, so we need to figure out the reasoning as to what you really joined real estate for and what you want to get out of real estate. And every day that you don't feel like doing it, you look back at that. So Crystal now should have in front of her, if I don't lead generate every single day, I'm going to disappoint the people around me. And now when she looks at that every day, is she going to want to disappoint the people if I don't lead generate today? If I try and I say that I did what I had to do, now they're going to feel proud of me. Even if I didn't do good today, that's okay. I put in that effort for them today, right? So having that clarity on what you're doing things for will help you, and put it in front of you every single day. Okay. Let me just help Maria for 1 second. So Maria, you put that you're in the wrong download, and those questions are not on page 7. So do you have your Ignite binder or not? If you don't have your Ignite binder, sorry guys, let me just show her for 1 second. Okay, so on KW Connect, which Yaritza, at least now you'll see again how to do this. Did you get onto KW Connect? So on KW Connect, you're gonna search in this upper bar, and you're gonna search Ignite. Did you get to it? Did you put kwconnect.com? Okay, and then when you search Ignite, you're gonna have, let me see. Okay, so far, yes. Okay, and then course materials. Then student resources. And then Power Session 1 manual. And then this is page 7, Maria. Okay, good. She got it. So let me go back to my other screen. Okay, so page 8. So it says there's one thing that can propel you forward in your career. What is it? The secret is simple, and it's not a secret at all. It is lead generation. And you're going to learn this skill and do a lot of it in this course, so get used to the winning reality quickly. You are in sales. Yes, sales. Your livelihood is dependent on the number of homes you help others buy or sell. Gary Keller, co-founder of the company, says you're actually in 2 businesses in this order: the business of lead generation and the business of real estate. Who would like to read the next about mindset and attitude matters.
You may think that lead generation will be making phone calls that you are, making phone calls that are bothering and annoying to people. We all feel that way, especially when we feel like we're being sold to. However, when you adopt an attitude of contribution, a significant shift in how people respond happens. Change your mindset to focus on being of service. Adopting a mindset and a philosophy of contributing to the lives of other people allows you to be direct and to the point in your interactions with others. With a focus on contribution and being of service, you'll communicate more effectively with customers and win their hearts and minds effortlessly. Energy, enthusiasm, and a deeply rooted belief in doing the best job possible for each and every customer attracts people to you. Take every opportunity to educate the people in your personal, professional, and social life about what you do and how you can help them. These reminders for people in your network can lead to many, many referrals for business.
Thank you. So does anybody have an issue with saying they're in sales? No? Yes, no?
That are saying stuff.
No.
That do you feel any type of way when you say that you're in sales?
Well, I have done sales. It's different with insurance, but I'm personally don't like to think about it because when I think I get myself, because I'm very shy, so I'm not like those type of outgoing people that just goes to strangers. So that's what I'm seeing. It's gonna be a little bit difficult with me with real estate, I think.
Mindset. Okay, go ahead.
I just feel like being, so yes, there is in sales, especially if we're working with, we're making phone calls and trying to convince people to work with us. But once we get into those referrals, I don't feel like we're still in sales, because it's really helping others buy and get their house sold or find a home for them. So I don't feel like it's actually a sales job. It's more, it's different.
Yeah, and yet it is sales, but the fact is we are helping families. And if we can maintain that mindset, who can I help today? It's going to change the way that you're having your conversations. So page 9. I'm going to put on the video since, let me go here. Since I'm sure that you guys weren't able to watch it, which is understandable for the first section, but moving forward, right before your other class, you do whatever they ask. Okay, so I'm gonna put, let's watch the one with Gary Keller.
Hi, I'm Gary Keller. This course will allow you to get off to a fast start you can build on. Because if you repeated the principles every 90 days for a year, believe me, you haven't lost the first year. And just as important, you would have built the foundation and momentum for your entire career. It is practical, realistic, and easy to apply. It's about the fundamentals that determine your level of success in the business of real estate. From our research with top agents, we have found that they too started their careers with these fundamentals, and they continue to do them along with their teams to this very day. And it's not hard. It just requires a little focused effort, a few hours every day. Now, there is really just one way to achieve the goal. It's lead generation. Other skills are important, yet without leads to work with, your skills won't mean a thing. Dealing with business never takes precedence over what? Finding business. Never. Research shows that top producing agents make lead generation their #1 priority and the one thing they make sure they always get done. You can do this. And when you do, you will get the leads, the relationships, the experiences, the career, and the income that you want and deserve. Go get them, and good luck.
Oh, hi, Christina.
I'm Bruce Hardy, and I'm committing to self-mastery. You know, this is one of the main 6 perspectives that I think we all need to focus on, particularly if we want to take our business and our lives to the highest level. You know, when I was younger and lived in Australia, a good friend of mine was a black belt in karate. He invited me to participate in karate, so I joined. I was a white belt. And after about 6 weeks or so, we were one day practicing sparring. And it was interesting because we were throwing a punch, relatively simple, straightforward punch. We both knew how to do it. The idea was that you would throw the punch and you would stop 2 inches from the other person's face. So my friend, the black belt, would do it and he would snap, his gi would snap, and I had wind hitting me in the face, and it was just beautiful the way he threw it. Then it was my turn, and I got down and I went whack, and I watched my friend fall to the floor because I hit him instead of stopping 2 inches in front of his face. We both knew how to do it. He'd mastered it, I had not. I will tell you, I brought the same approach to my real estate business. I realized my focus had to be on listings. And what I did was, by focusing on my listing presentation, practicing over and over and over again, I was able to list over 250 homes a year. There's a wonderful saying out there, and that is, amateurs practice to get it right, professionals practice to never get it wrong. My question to you, are you an amateur or are you a professional? Commit to self-mastery.
As you're watching these, decide which one resonates with you the most, and then we're going to discuss, okay? Again, most of the teachers are not going to play the thing, so I'm just doing it because I know you guys didn't know to watch.
Hi, I'm Madison Offenhauser, and I am committed to the 80-20 principle. I can say that honestly, I'm committed to it now. I wasn't always. I remember back when I was a team leader, and I was going to also become an OP. Back then, I think I was a really expert list maker. And I thought I was good at prioritizing what was on that list, but I felt so incredibly torn trying to get all the things done in a day that were important to get done. The big rocks were mixed in with the small things. And I just found that that wasn't really working, to the point that I was about to give up my OP role. And I started to interview people through the RS process to replace myself. And in the process of that, oddly enough, just like before we go on vacation, I got my house in order, so to speak. I identified the big rocks that I really needed to get done. And in the process of doing that, I found that I was organizing myself really to the 80-20 principle. So once I realized that, I thought, you know what? I think I can actually continue to do both of these roles. And truly, it was the 80-20 principle. I started focusing on my big rocks first. Instead of having a big list where my big rocks were mixed in, I do them first now. Those are definitely done, because obviously, if I'm focusing on my 20%, my big rocks, 80% of the results are going to come from those 20. It has been life-changing for me, and my results are much greater. The other part of it is I found became so much more time efficient that I actually am capable of handling more roles and accomplishing more things than I ever thought was possible before. And it's all because of the 80-20 principle. I truly am committed to it. Are you committed to the 80-20 principle?
Hi, I'm Brenda Benson, and I've experienced moving from E to P, entrepreneurial to purposeful. And I want to share a personal story with you about how that happened in my own career. As I entered the real estate field, I began to lead generate. And in my lead generation process, I just kind of winged it. That's what I call E. I was not purposeful. I lead generated when it was convenient. I lead generated when I was around familiar faces. I lead generated when I was in a familiar environment. And guess what? My results reflected the haphazardness of that lead generation. When I became purposeful, My results showed that purposefulness. As I looked to pick up the phone and make those calls, and I blocked time for my lead generation, my appointments went up. When my appointments went up, my actual results reflected those appointments. So I know in my own life, just through lead generating and knowing when I was in E versus when I was in P, that my results were different when I became a purposeful lead generator. And I know that can happen for you. So let me share with you 5 quick concepts that really helped me move from E to P. Number 1, focus. Focus on that 20%. Number 2, create strategies and action items that will support you staying in that focused 20%. Number 3, follow the model. The next item would be to install and implement the systems. Implement systems that support the model. And finally, number 5, be accountable. Make sure that you're tracking and you're looking at, as I was, the entrepreneurial piece versus the purposeful piece. So if you are willing to embrace these 5 quick concepts that I just shared with you, your world can change just like mine has. Are you willing to move from entrepreneurial to purposeful?
The music is like. And the reason I'm playing them all is because I really did apply, I would say probably at least 3 of the 6, and it completely changed my world. I was not like a brand new agent when I took Ignite, and yet I did whatever they said, and I tripled my business, and I'm able to handle and take on so much more when I was overwhelmed at that time, right? I thought 3 rentals, I could barely breathe. It's like, now I think back and I'm like, it was my timing, it was being purposeful, right? So all those, that's why it's super important to understand these concepts and then applying them.
Hi, I'm Georgia Alcazar, Regional Director of the North Florida region. I made Learning Days the foundation for my action plan from the time I started with Keller Williams in 1999. I quickly learned that Keller Williams was a training and coaching company that happened to sell real estate. I was amazed at all of the training available to help agents go from having a sales job to teaching them how to run a real estate business and develop into leaders. As a former team leader in Plano, Texas, I took every opportunity to attend agent training classes and leadership classes. I then brought that information back to our market center and used this to teach our agents. I know that being learning based and continuing to attend the KWU and regional training events resulted in my leadership opportunities in Keller Williams as a team leader, and now in my OP, regional director, and master faculty roles. Being learning based provides you the opportunity to use the 80-20 model effectively to master what you need to do to stay in your 20%. It is the key for moving from E to P, as you need to learn new models and systems to break through your current ceiling and you continue to reach new ceilings. How do you break through limiting beliefs without learning what it will take to get you out of that fixed mindset and move you into unlimited thinking? Learning based is being accountable to the learned activities you need to do to grow your business and not go into victim mode. All of this takes you to mastery. The mastery of you to have unlimited opportunities in Keller Williams. Make learning based the foundation of your action plan for unlimited success. I did.
Hi, my name is Jackie Ellis, and I'm here to talk to you about removing your limiting beliefs. Shortly after joining Keller Williams, I began attending all of the fabulous events available to us, like Mega Camp and Family Reunion. And on the stage were amazing agents openly sharing their strategies for success. And I, very much like you, would be in the audience, writing down notes and taking those strategies back to my own marketplace, which I did implement. Well, a few years after attending Mega Camp, once again in the audience, I realized as I was looking up at these amazing agents that they have fabulous businesses and that I would never have that sort of a high volume, high impact business. So when I got back into town, I took a quiet moment to myself and I took out a piece of paper and wrote a line down the middle. And on the left side, I wrote all of the things that I had going for me on my side that I could use to create one of these fabulous businesses. I had the training and I could take the training through Keller Williams as many times as I wanted. There were models that if I just followed them, I could be a success like those on stage. And there were systems as well. After completing the left side of my page, I went over to the right side and I began to write what would be holding me back. And as I stared at the right side, I could not think of one thing to put on that piece of paper. I realized it was my limiting beliefs, my very own limiting beliefs that were holding me back. And once I removed them, there would be no holding me back. So fast forward to now, and those very agents that I saw on stage are now my friends. And I'm well on the track to one of those very businesses that I so admire. I want to know, do you have limiting beliefs? Do you recognize them? And what are you going to do to remove them?
Hi, I'm Gina Roth, and I'm here to talk to you about accountability and what accountability means to me. You know, accountability in all reality is that it's the foundation of your day. And when I wake up in the morning, for me to go work out, if I don't have some kind of accountability, it doesn't happen. And so what do? I have a trainer. I pay him, therefore it forces me to show up and work out early in the morning. We have so much natural ability and it's get us so far in life. But the reality is, without some structure and some accountability, that allows us to move past our natural tendencies. So for an example on accountability inside our real estate team is our 401s, which is our accountability tool that Keller Williams has taught us to use with our team members. And so we find out what are their yearly goals, how can we break that into a monthly goal, and then how can we do that into 4 weeks, each week, moving them towards that. And it's not just about business goals and financial goals, but it's personal goals. I find out what's important to them, they find out what's important to me, and together we grow the business. Accountability isn't always roses. Sometimes life steps in, and the cool thing about Keller Williams is we really focus on identifying that. We've got the tools to understand when you're heading off the road of accountability and blaming yourself, blaming others, because you're not going to get anywhere. And so that's where accountability steps in. And you can make the decision to step out of that, move forward, get back into the language that's going to move you forward, and use the tools that these perspectives give you. Having that and having a plan and focusing back on that is where accountability can totally make a difference, change your life, and quite frankly, change your family's life, your destiny, your legacy.
Okay. So any ahas? Which one stuck out to you the most? You want to share?
Yeah, I wrote down 3.
Okay.
So the first one is committing to self-mastery.
Okay.
The second one is move from E to P, and the third one is removing your limiting beliefs.
Okay. So which one in particular?
Remove your limiting beliefs, because I feel like, I personally believe that the limits that are present, we set our own limits in life in general, and it's up to you whether or not you want to work harder or further grow yourself to move on and move past those limits. And just,
how do you move past those limits?
Again, talking about the fear of failure, by understanding that with growth comes, you're not always gonna succeed and you're gonna fail at times, but through failure you learn and then grow through that. It's a process.
Okay, awesome. Who else wants to share?
I really resonated with number 2, commit to the 80/20 principle. Like for me, I need to create a structure and identifying what is most important is important to me because I don't want to, it's like doing a project, right? If you spend, you know, the majority of your time fixing like the presentation, how it looks, like it really doesn't matter. It's all about the substance in it. So those are like the big rocks, right? So for me, it's really identifying it so I can create my structure. I'm a big believer also in continuing education, right? So like 3 and 4, I think I'm just gonna go to 3 and 4. You know, you have not everything can be self-taught. Sometimes you need to see how another person does something, how they structure it out, right? So once you see what works for many people and you implement that, you see success, you'll be confident enough to go ahead and do that again and repeat and continue to build. And you just have to be willing to learn, right? You have to pursue continuing education. I mean, you can't just like stop at a bachelor's degree, right? You have to keep pushing yourself to learn more so you can really pursue other ways to make more money and, you know, help your lead generation base, right? Like how to nurture that and really develop that to maximum potential.
Okay. Maria, you put commit to mastery. Can you tell me a little bit more on what you're working on in your business to commit to mastery? And then, so we did learning based, limiting beliefs. Anybody else has a different one?
3.
Okay, so more from, okay, tell me more.
I think that the whole natural ability, I think that we all have something. And that's what makes us unique, and that's what's going to make us be liked by specific people or market to be specific people. And we need to embrace that. Like, for example, I'm a talkative person, and in sales, it works. You see, so compared to in the past, it's like with the wrong, surrounded by the wrong people, I will be like, oh, you know, like you're talking to them. But in the right environment and add this correctly, it works. You know, I can be communicative, which is what this business needs. So surrounding by the right people and using your natural ability, I think that's why I selected it.
Thank you. Maria put being purposeful with getting training, prospecting, and following the models to grow my business. Perfect. Yes. And for me, the one that I really focused on was E2P. Just how Yaritza had said, that was the one that I really changed. I was just kind of going entrepreneurial, right? Taking things as they come. People would call me and say, like friends, right? As an example, database that they would say that they want to buy or they have a referral for me. And I would just run with it. I would be like, okay, what are they looking for? I would just go crazy, right? Instead of being purposeful, having a system, hey, let's meet at my office. And then now when they meet at my office, I give them a presentation, build that rapport, build that connection. I'm very purposeful now when I get a lead and how I move forward, when at that time I was just running with it and then I would lose people because I wasn't being professional, right? So I really changed that about my business, which is what caused such a big jump because I was being purposeful in everything that I did. It wasn't just taking things as they come. So on page 9, Gary Keller asked the question of hundreds of top agents. What is it that differentiates those who achieve at the highest level from those who don't seem to accomplish as much? And it says that they have these 3 basic attributes in common, which is mindset, attitude, and approach to life. And that's how he created these 6 perspectives. And then on page 10, self-mastery. So again, the possession of great knowledge, skills, and habits that make you the master of you. What's something that we could be doing every single day for our real estate career for self-mastery? What's an example? Malak does it every single day. Yes, I will give it to Malak. She does it every single day. And Maria's been doing it as well every day. Yep, exactly. Maria and Malak both said script. And how does that help your business?
So even though I talk a lot, I'm a very shy person. I talk to hide my shyness. Like
Everybody's so different. Thank you. Okay.
Yeah, and so being able to practice really helped me because I wouldn't have had the guts, to tell you the truth, to call for sale by owners or people that I don't know. And it gave me that confidence and that ability to say, to know what to say and to feel comfortable into, okay, I'm able to do it. It gives you that confidence.
Yep, that's what Maria wrote. Gives me confidence when talking to potential clients. So, and this is not a new agent, and yet she's committing to self-mastery. And how do we commit to self-mastery? By doing it every single day. They don't have athletes on the field that don't practice, right? They are practicing every single day for hours every single day. You can't just say, oh, okay, I'm a pro, I'm not going to practice anymore. And if you're new, then you definitely don't know what you're doing. So you really have to practice, right? I still practice every single day. And then I find agents that are a higher level than me, because when I'm practicing with them, I learn from them as well. Okay, so always finding someone that's at your level and above your level, so that you can kind of learn from different types of people. Committing to the 80-20 principle. So it says the idea that 20% of your actions lead to 80% of your results may be one of the most powerful principles you can apply to your life. It's about getting the most from your time and effort. It's about maximizing your results, and it's about having focus. And it says that we identify the 20% for you, your money-making activity, lead generation. So that's one that I still struggle with, I'll be honest. It's very difficult to focus on your 20% at all times. And that's life, right? Nobody's perfect. And it's how can we be better every single day, right? So yes, I time block, and yet things come up. I don't make it my number one priority. And then what am I going to see in 60 days now because I didn't do it? Okay, and that's something that I have to answer myself every single day. Okay, so that's one that I'm always working on. Move from E to P. Who wants to read this?
High achievers
Mhm.
are always looking for a purposeful way. By doing this, they break through the ceiling of their natural behavior. You can attain a certain level of success utilizing your natural abilities, but expect to hit a ceiling at some point. Wouldn't you like to achieve even greater success and break through that ceiling? How about living a larger life or attaining your goals? Ignite is not only designed to help start your business, it is designed to help you grow your business. Ignite will help you move from entrepreneurial to purposeful with skill of mastery.
Yep. A learning-based individual is.
My favorite.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. An individual who has made the decision to use effective learning as a foundation piece of their action plan to develop their life. Training and education are a big part of moving forward to attain your goals and succeed at a high level. Learning-based individuals commit to the process of acquiring skill, save habits. Ignite is just the start for you as a learning-based individual. Keller Williams Realty offers many learning.
Sound like you're reading the script. Okay. Number 5, remove your limiting beliefs. So high achievers remove beliefs from their thinking that hold them back. In order to successfully develop at a higher level, you will need to clear your mind of limiting beliefs first. For example, are any of these thoughts in your head? I have to be an expert and know everything before I can begin my process, my business. I am not valid yet. Okay. See a lot of red nuts. I don't think I can achieve a profit goal that will fund my life this year. Okay. I don't see you guys on Zoom world, but apparently we're getting a lot of nods here. Okay, because I'm in this business, the business will come to me naturally. I don't need to devote 3 hours each day to lead generation. Okay, because you're still newer in the business. So, Maria, do any of these, because you're not a brand new agent, do any of these stand out to you? Do you have any of these thoughts? Or Caesar, you've been in the business for a while too. Okay, good. And Caesar?
Yes, I don't have any comment at the moment.
Okay, no problem. So how can we redirect these negative thoughts into positive ones, into unlimiting beliefs that will fuel your success? So we're going to change those negative thoughts. Now I want you to turn them into positive reinforcements. So you have a few minutes. Does everybody understand?
Yeah, I did that in one. It's like, I am not.
Well, do it by yourself and then we're take a few minutes, write it down, and then we're gonna do it together. Let's take 3 minutes. Just one more time, just in case for my Zoom world, or if you guys were using those 3 negative limiting beliefs and we're turning those statements into positive ones.
Got it.
Okay, thank you. Can you take a minute to ask Catherine if there's a sign-in sheet?
Yeah, of course.
One more minute. Okay, Yaritza, you were ready to share your first one, so let's hear it.
Yes, I am a professional. I can give my all and ask for help to achieve my goals.
Did you take this class before? Because the answer is almost exactly what you said. So I need to be a professional, not an expert. Expertise will come from doing. This training will best prepare me for success in the real estate business and taking production productive action will cause my success. So, very good. Yep, and then Maria put, I am working on learning and implementing models to achieve mastery, and in the process, I am helping my clients with the knowledge I possess today. Love it. Very good. Okay. I don't think I can achieve a profit goal that will fund my life this year. Who wants to share that?
Just take out the negativity. Take out the don't think. Say, I can achieve a profit goal that will fund my life this year.
Yes.
Say, I will, like,
Yeah.
you know, making it a statement, like she says, you know, you just have to take that negative way of talking to yourself, and as soon as that comes to your head, switch it to something positive, to a positive state.
Yep. When I set and track my goal and complete the activities required to meet my goal, I will fund my life this year. So it's not going to just come. However, you will, right? If you do the activities. And if we think that we won't, how's that going to be for our lead generation time? If we're already putting that mindset in.
We're just not going to be motivated.
And then now you're not going to do it, right? You're literally telling yourself, I'm not going to do it. So then you don't do it. And then now you make yourself right by saying, look, I didn't hit my goal. You put that out there into the world, and now you are living that, right? So if you start to tell yourself, yes, I will do this, now you're more likely to actually do it because you're telling yourself, and then now you will see those results from that. Because I'm in the business will come to me naturally. I don't need to devote 3 hours each day to lead generation.
I would say business don't come naturally. You have to put the time and effort to succeed.
Good. Anybody else? Let's see what Maria said. I need to lead generate on a daily basis to produce a healthy pipeline. Yep. To consistently have business, I will have to consistently go after it. I can't afford to miss 3 hours of lead generation. It's my future. Okay. So being accountable, which is the last one. It says accountability is first and foremost an attitude and an approach to your entire life. So an accountable person says, everything in my life is a result of my choices and actions. I own my life. Who can honestly say that they're like this every single day?
Say that again.
Who holds themselves accountable no matter what? That they say it's based on me only. You do? Okay, good, great. Accountability is also a tool for continually changing the results in your life in those areas that matter most, your 20%. A person who is accountable in their 20% says, I own my life, and in certain areas, I want to continually improve my results. I will be purposeful, and I will be learning based to continue improving. So we did view the 6 personal perspective videos. So go to the next. We kind of already went over this, getting the most out of this experience. So showing you how to get the mission so that you can make sure that you do the homework prior to class. And then, like it says, you are a capper in training. So prepare to do what it takes to be successful in your real estate career. And then it says, what kind of capper in training will you be in Ignite? So are you going to be the prisoner who doesn't engage, who holds on to limiting beliefs, and who multitasks on their computer by working on side projects? Are you going to be the vacationer? So there to have fun. None of you are distracting the class. None of you are going to be late. Not purposeful in learning in their learning goals, or texting or not paying attention. Or are you going to be the explorer, which listens attentively, then participates fully, asks meaningful questions and contributes compelling ahas, adopts a posture of acceptance, takes notes for future reference, and respects the different learning styles and opinions of others. Okay. So I'm going to ask all your instructors later. How you guys are doing? Okay, oops. Do you have something to say?
No, it's freezing.
Are you freezing? You want me to put it up a
No,
little bit?
no, it's all good.
Because I feel like,
How do you like the cold?
well, he's also wearing a jacket. Okay, you're the only one not wearing a jacket, actually, we all are. Okay,
You want to load it?
yeah, we already reviewed all this. Okay. So we are going to declare your personal big why. You can pass it around. Set a monetary goal today. And then you're going to be accountable to your big why to this monetary goal. And we're going to also learn how to use influencing sales language.
Sorry, were you at that?
16. Yeah, I'm about to go to page 17. The one thing I want to say about page 17 is how you participate in here is how you participate everywhere. So if you are someone that is being highly engaged, thoughtful, then that's how I'm expecting you to be in the world, right? If you're someone that's not engaged, not listening, not participating, it's probably how you're going to be in the world, right? So just show how you are with everywhere else. And then commit to implementing at least one thing you learn. So make it happen, page 18. So what is your job? What is your job? No, with real estate. What is your job? Sales. Yep. And?
Lead generation.
Yep. You're gonna find that the answer is always lead generation, by the way, throughout the entire night. If you don't know the answer, it's probably lead generation. Who is your customer?
Everyone. That's it.
That's the answer. Everyone. It's actually everyone and no one, because if you don't lead generate, then no one is your customer.
I'm just going to be positive.
What is your product?
My service.
Okay. What else?
Good service.
Good service. Okay. What else?
Say you.
Your knowledge, expertise, and ability to deliver a stellar experience every time. I think all of you guys have met with me for one-on-one, and I say, if you call 0 people, how much money are you gonna make? 0. So if we're not making those connections, we're not gonna make money. And are we in this to make 0? Are we in this to have a loss? Because technically you have bills to pay, right? You gotta pay the board, you have to pay Keller Williams. I mean, the bills just don't stop. So if you're doing this for fun, then I would say stop spending your money. Now, if you want to take it serious, then what do I need to work on so that I can do this every single day? How do I create this habit for myself? Which it says today you'll learn 4 new skills essential to gaining a strong customer base and having success in real estate sales, which is know your big why and your monetary goal. So the reason as to what you're doing, commitment to daily lead generation. So putting in that action, use influencing sales language so you know how to convert easier, and be accountable to your big why and monetary goal. Keeping that top of mind, right? So on those days that you don't feel like it, you know, what are you really saying no to, right? Oh, did it go over there? one thing, I'm sorry, I didn't mention, sorry about that. On the daily mission, what you're supposed to do for homework every day. So you are supposed to make 10 phone calls. You're supposed to visit 10 homes a week and send out four thank you cards every day.
Every day?
I think so. Let me see. Let me make sure. Because now I'm like, man, well,
That's more gentle than bold. Can you receive?
yeah, it is more gentle than bold, yes. Hold on, let me just make sure. Hi, Christine. Can you tell I was on vacation? Okay, it was. A moment. It's 10 calls, 10 houses a week. Oh, 10 people to your database a week.
In the tracker, there's like a mission too.
Okay, yes, it's 10 contacts, 10 contacts a day, 10 to your database a week, 10 note cards a week, and then 10 homes a week. That's what it was. Sorry for that little hiccup.
By visiting 10 homes, you mean like visiting 10 houses or 10
Sure. Just 10 homes that you're going into them. So from the MLS, 10 vacant homes that you're seeing a week so that you can learn your market. Sorry about that. Okay. That's a big one that people are going to ask you, did you do your 10 for? Okay. So now page 19. Let me go back to my slideshow. So know your big why and monetary goals. So what drives you is not only your mindset and attitude, but what you're passionate about. So what stirs your soul? Why are you in this business? And what do you hope to achieve for yourself and your family? The answers to these questions are the basis for your big why. And to fuel that big why will take money. So an income goal. Has anybody thought about the reasoning as to why they're doing what they're doing? Has anybody been asked this?
Yeah. So that's one of the things I started thinking about it. About 2 years ago, we were looking for a house and to buy. And this agent, we met with this agent, I'm sure you know him. And we met with the agent and the lender. And they looked into my paperwork and they were like, oh, sorry, we can't help you. I mean, I'm like, why? My credit score is good. You know, like, they were like, oh, we can't help you. Like, you don't make enough money, blah, blah, blah. So I went back into rentals and I was looking for a house to rent. And we found this beautiful home. I was already imagining my life there. I didn't get it. And we got another apartment and I never felt that, you know, home feeling. And then I was like, hey, I don't want to provide that to, and that's kind of like what drove me into real estate is like, I want to help people have that feeling, that home feeling, which is super important because for someone who's been traveling for 10 years now, away from my own home, it's hard to find that home feeling after a whole day of work going and saying, okay, this is my home. I feel comfortable here, you know? So that's why.
Okay, love it.
This is my big why.
Yeah. And so that was actually similar to my why when I first started in real estate. So I had bought a house in 2016, my first house, and I used the listing agent. So I did not have an agent. I just saw the house and I just wanted it, right? So I worked with that agent. I had no idea anything about real estate. I was doing something completely different, but sales related, but completely different. And the inspector, I used the listing agent's inspector, which screwed me, right? He didn't tell me a lot of things that were wrong with the house. She charged me like fees that I didn't even realize. I didn't negotiate on the price. I just kind of took it as it came instead of having that representation. So once I realized, everything was closed and done and things started coming up in my house, I realized, man, if I had used someone, they would have helped me through. And that started to drive me. I was like, people shouldn't be going through this. And that made me want to get my license, right? That was one of the reasons that I got my license. And that's what was fueling me when I first started, to try to help people not have to go through that. As time has progressed, my why has changed, and yet it is still about helping others. My why is more focused technically on you guys, right? The more that I produce, the better I know the market, and the more I can assist you guys in building big businesses. And she was at a closing with me the other day, and she said, how do you feel after that? Because that was her first closing. That's impactful. It's a great feeling to see the happiness on other people's faces. And I told her, yeah, it's like a high that you get. And yet now I have a bigger high, because when you guys close, I know two things are happening. Now that family is getting assisted, but you guys now are funding your lives. And for me, that's the biggest high that I've gotten in real estate. So that's definitely what's driving me now. So with time, you'll see that your why changes, but it needs to be very clear to you on what it is, so that you wake up every day wanting to do that. So page 20, it says, your big why might be to have your financial success tied directly to your efforts, instead of a salary controlled by the opinions of a boss, to build your own business, to achieve a bigger life through your business. And Maria put, I love real estate and helping people find their dream home. Yes, helping people find the home that they love. That is very good feeling. Okay. So write down the date, 12 months from now, it says. What? Oh, what was the date? Oh, 1/6/2021. Yeah. So I've read this as I've taught this class, and I'll tell you my experience after. But so it says, I'm gonna close your eyes. All of you close your eyes and envision yourself as I read this, okay? 12 months from now. Your business is thriving and your life is everything you've dreamed of. Your customers rave about the experience and value you provide and think of you when they have a real estate need. Your family and friends are so proud of your success and are consistently referring business your way. You are helping others live their dream of owning a home because you are focused on helping them get what they desire. You are building the foundation and momentum for your entire career and gaining relationships and experiences and the income you desire. You are the top agent in your market center, or rookie of the year if you're new. You're poised to hire a part-time assistant to handle your 80% while you take care of the 20% that grows your business. You are on the path to build a career worth having, a business worth owning, and a life worth living. So how does that make you feel? Awesome. Go ahead. What does it make you feel? What does it make you feel?
No, that you can achieve it as long as you do, the lead generation and calls. I call it the calls.
Do any of you think that you could be rookie of the year? Do you believe it? Okay, what's holding you back from believing it?
It's probably I haven't really done, like I actually haven't started doing what I have to do. I just done, like some training classes, but it's like stuck there.
Okay.
I help you.
And what about when you, let's say you reset, right? And we don't think about the past, we think about the future. Let's not talk about what's happened all these months. Let's talk about moving forward. Can you be a rookie of the year? Yes. Yes, you can. Can you? Maria said accomplished. Same. So what was my date on there? When was I supposed to? January 6th of this year. And I'm top 10% in the market center. I have my full-time admin right in front of me. I'm teaching Ignite. Imagine how impactful that feels to read this, knowing that someone read it to me a year ago, and I've surpassed all of this. So you can do this, right? I was just where you were a year ago. I'm shooting for the top. Yeah, you're definitely gonna get there, Maria. However, it does take commitment, right? It takes that you do whatever they say that you need to get done. So let's go into the next page, which is your big why. So you're going to take a few minutes to answer these questions. I had shared a little bit about my big why. So now take some time to reflect on yours. And also remember, you guys only see the now. You don't see what I had to go through. So keep that in mind when you're talking to agents that are the top agents in the office. They didn't just get there because they just signed up and paid the monthly fee, right? So if you are surrounding yourself around those type of people, you are more than likely going to start to inherit their habits. Okay, so that's one piece of advice Yaritza had shared with me. You don't mind me sharing? Okay. Yaritza had shared with me at her other employment, it was a lot of small thinkers, people that really just were taking it day by day, living their life and saying, well, I make the money I need to live my life. Why do you care to do more? That type of mindset. And she said, I don't want that in my life. I want to be around bigger thinkers. And that's an amazing mindset to have, to surround yourself around the right people, because when you do, trust me, your life is going to change. You're going to start to do the things that they're doing. So Blueprint Group is one of them that I always talk good about them. They changed my life. I surrounded myself around them. Blueprint Group, Jason and Michelle, Jason Yunez and Michelle Suarez. I spent a lot of time with them in that year, and it really impacted me. Kren Group, even though their door is always closed, they are very open with me. I script practice with one of them. I do everything possible to surround myself with them. Yes, Mape, that's who I script practice with. And the amount of value that you get by being around them, by just asking those questions, and now you see this is what I have to do. If I just do this every single day like they're doing, I'm going to change my life. Please believe that's what's going to happen. If you surround yourself around the agents that just come and do coffee talk, well, then guess what? You're going to do coffee talk. So just watch who you're surrounding yourself with as you do this business, and you will see your results depending on what their results are. So go ahead and fill that out. Do you guys mind if I use the restroom? Would you guys need 2 more minutes? Tanya? Good. On Zoo World, are we ready? Because I can't see you guys.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, perfect. So I hope you guys are open to share. So what is your driving motivation, the why, the goal for a career in real estate?
I would say my kids
Okay,
For
tell me more.
giving them the life that I want to give them and their stability and their future education. So they're my motive for everything that I do.
What's the life that you want to give them? What does that mean?
The fact that we don't have to worry about bills or I would say like not having food at the table. You know, that I can always provide the needs and more.
Okay. What will achieving your goal mean for you?
I said, basically accomplishment, right? The confirmation that determination, discipline, and the absence of the ceiling will provide a better quality of life.
And what's a better quality of life for you? What does that mean?
Not missing holidays, spending it with family, like those important moments that I used to spend it working in a business. That's not mine. Right?
That was a big one for me.
This is exactly what I put. So by achieving my goals, I would be more successful, but mostly I would enjoy. So ever since I came to the US, I've been to Morocco 3 or 4 times in 7 years. And my whole family is there. I don't see them that often. Makes me want to cry. But and so being successful in achieving my goals in real estate would actually help me provide me that ability
That
to
freedom
go to
to go to-
Morocco often. Enjoy my family.
Okay, yes, thank you. Accomplishment, the feeling of accomplishment, yes. Thank you, Maria. In what ways will your life change? So Malak just mentioned she'd be able to see her family more. What else, what other ways will our life change? How will your life change, Victoria? By building a big business with someone else.
It would provide more like a sense of stability in my life. Seeing that again, like I am doing this at an early age, so looking ahead into the future. From now, I have financial stability, have personal growth, and I'd be able to like have myself together and myself like
Myself together.
yeah.
That's a myth, but okay.
To be able to in the future provide like for my family, and not have to worry about certain things.
Okay, how would you provide for your family, Tanya?
How would I be providing for my family if my situation changes with real estate? Oh, a lot more than what I've already provided.
Examples, tell me examples.
Well, with like my son right now, he's going to medical school. He's gonna start medical school in UF.
Okay.
So like he's He's like my main big why, because I want to support him more than what I already do financially. I still pay everything for my kids, but I know the medical school is very expensive, and I have to help him pay. So like, I don't want to have to like, I
Feel
don't
that you
want him
can't.
to feel like he has to work because I can't do the whole paying. So that's like, he's my big boy right now.
Okay. That's,
'Cause
that'll
my
get you
school is
going.
expensive.
That will definitely get you going.
Yeah. And he deserves it. He's a good, he's a great son. And,
That's awesome.
thank you.
Yeah, he shouldn't work.
Huh?
Should be 100%
Well,
full-time.
he's gonna work in like in the university.
Yeah,
research
but at least it's
department,
not,
But it's gonna be everything through, through the university, and it's gonna be research. So he's gonna be involved in the medical while he's in the medical school. So that's good.
Yep.
And I want him to keep that because I know the medical has a long way, and he's very focused, very determined. But my two kids are my big why, but especially him right now. Medical school.
What was the other one?
My daughter,
Yeah.
how old is she? She's 19,
Let's see.
but she's in journalism for FIU. She's a different. She likes journalism. She likes lights, camera. My son likes medical.
okay. Maria also wrote gratification of being in an industry that serves and helps people. What doors will open for you?
All of the doors.
All the doors.
Honestly,
Like?
I feel like, so this job for me, it's a great way, if you're doing it the right way, it will not only open your door to achieve your goals financially, personally, because you can make your own schedule. You are the master of yourself, right? And so it will open all the doors that you want to be open.
Yeah. Any other thoughts? What doors will open for you?
Set opportunities within real estate, but outside the scope of a sales agent. Like a sales agent to me is like more like an entry point, but not an exit strategy. So,
Are you reading the MREA?
sorry,
The MREA book? Are you reading it?
I started tapping into it.
Okay. Maria put it enlarges my network. Did I fill in something at that time?
Yes,
Not so naive. She's using my Ignite book, so I'm just seeing what I wrote at that time. Okay. Oh, did you guys do the next page or no? Oh, okay, sorry. Do the last few questions on that page, which we were within our time, so we're still good. We're gonna do 2 more minutes. Okay. So write one statement that summarizes your big why. Crystal, do you happen to have your big why? Do you want to share? Because you haven't shared about this one at all.
Okay. My summary is I want a better life for me and my family. I want to be able to help them and others to invest with skills I've obtained through school and experience. I want to create my own business and invest for myself and just being, I don't know if this is kind of reaching, but I want to be able to retire at 40.
Love it.
Set myself up financially so that I don't have to work, nor do my parents. My main goal is to help them with retirement. That's really what my goal is. I want to make sure they're good, and I don't want them to work past like 60. So,
Okay. How old are you?
I am 28.
Okay, you have 12 years. You can build an enormous business in 12 years. So it's not reaching. You're good.
Okay.
And thank you for thinking big, because that's the point, right? If we're thinking small, then guess what we're gonna achieve? Small.
Exactly.
So think big. It says using the camera on your phone, take a picture of your big why and make it your new background so you will see it and be reminded of it every time you use your phone. What could get in the way of achieving your big why? Tanya. So what happens if you can't pay all of his medical loans?
Oh, what will happen?
Yeah, what's gonna get in the way of you achieving that?
He's gonna have to probably work.
But
Besides
what could get in the way of you achieving it?
Oh, what, if I don't put my time and my effort, my determination,
Your mindset.
yes. And probably in the near, and I have to, stop going to the insurance and actually try to do this full time. So I can actually focus in one thing than trying to learn real estate a little bit, but having to do this full time.
It's not, yeah. So, and you just said how you could prevent it, right? So you said that you're gonna dedicate more time to this so that you can.
Try to be determined in what I'm doing.
And what can we do on the days that we don't want to do what we want to do? What are we gonna do on those days?
Remember your why, big why, like you say. Remember and have a purpose of why you're doing it, and just do it. And at the moment, if you're not wanting to do it for any reason, just by saying, okay, you know what, I'm not gonna listen to this. I'm just gonna do it and get into that habit.
What about on the days that no matter what, I don't even care about my why? What do I do?
You just have to push yourself.
Or
the days that count the most.
yes. What else?
I think that we have to be realistic. Sometimes people doesn't look at it that way, and I'm looking at it more as medical perspective, we all have to look into our wellness. And a lot of times we burn ourselves, and that's how our lack of motivation comes in. So I think that we should be realistic about the days that we're putting and the hours that we're putting. And if by any chance you're feeling like already like, okay, this is too much, I think that it's okay for having a break, taking yourself to a park, a spa, I don't know, do something for yourself, completely away from real estate, perhaps taking your family, whatever motivates you, your dog, if you don't have kids, I don't know.
Cats.
Cats, that works too. I mean, you cannot kick them out, but I'm just saying.
I can spend time with them.
Yes, you can spend time with them, turn perhaps everything off for a little bit so you can recharge.
Yes,
And
that's
then-
exactly what I was getting to.
And then gather again that motivation, so the next day you wake up you woke up all nice and fresh. Yes, you work fresh and then you give it your all again. You have to be realistic about that because you can be your own, I will say, demotivate you instead of, by just trying so hard. And that's the thing. Sometimes people try too hard and burn themselves.
Yes. If you have that day that no matter what, you cannot get up, you cannot do it, right? Then you tell yourself that that day you're giving yourself a pass. You need to give yourself grace. And now the next day, you can pick it right back up. Because when we're telling ourselves every single day, God, I don't want to do this, but I'm still doing it. I mean, you're putting a lot on your mindset. You're draining yourself out. Now, if you take the time to give yourself that grace, you know what? Today I need for me, and you take that time. Okay, tomorrow I will go back to that. I need to give myself that mental wellness as well, right? There are going to be days, you have to be realistic. There are going to be days that you just don't feel like it. So I think it was last week. No, it was the week before that I missed Bold. Yeah, it was 2 weeks ago. I missed Bold. And I was just not feeling it. Like, and I have a lot of people.
Attended online.
Yeah, I still attend online, but still, it was not the same. However, I have a lot of people watching me. If I miss a day, if I don't come, it's noticed, very much noticed. Yet I knew if I come into work, I am not gonna give it my all, and I'm actually gonna give negative that I shouldn't be giving. So I took that time and I said, no, I'm gonna stay in my house. I'm gonna do what I need for myself so that then I can get right back on. And thank God I was able to kind of let that get off of me, right? And just move on. So we all have it, and it's how can we just progress forward once we get past that, okay? I hope that helps you guys. So next is your monetary goal. So write your annual monetary goal down here. So what you're gonna take home. And it says, remember to include taxes and expenses as you consider your monetary goal.
So that's the net? Or that's,
Where do you see that?
Well, it's your full, yeah, your full amount, because you have to consider your expenses, which we're gonna go into in a minute.
So we're going to consider without the expenses taken out.
Correct.
so that's one thing.
So the
that
top number.
I know I have been told to do that and I've never been able to. Why? Because when you're new, I don't know.
Well, what does it take to fund the life that you want to leave? So, and then what are you looking to fund, right? So let's give Tanya's example. She needs to pay, let's say, 20,000 a year on that, plus all her bills, and plus, let's say she wants to take 2 vacations this year, and those vacations cost $4,000 because she plans to take 12-day vacations, right? Whatever it is. If you can start to break down everything you want to accomplish, and now you give it an amount, now you know what your annual needs to be. So you need to give that time. I mean, most people always put 100,000 as like their first year. That's just the most common number that I see. However, if you really take the time to write down what is it that I need to accomplish, how much money does that take, you can now work backwards. Yes.
Does it have to be a first year goal, or is it like what we would hope to average?
It says, what will it take to fund your life and your big why?
So does that be the first?
Okay. And Victoria, you can also do this in the sense that, okay, count your hourly and then put what would you want to make in bonuses, what's the goal? And then now you work backwards. How many deals does that mean that we have to close as a team? How much does the group coaching have to close so that you can create what you want? Okay, if you have not figured it out, I highly suggest you take the time after class to kind of figure out what the number is, okay? And then you'll now know how to work it backwards because we're gonna do it together as a group now. So it's showing a commission example, an average sales price of 200,000. So then you do 3% of that, that's $6,000. That's what would be the gross commission income. That's what Keller Williams gets paid. So the check at closing is to Keller Williams. So 6,000 goes to Keller Williams. And then now on the next page, we're gonna do the breakdown. So our average sales price, we could do it at 300,000 or 350, it doesn't matter, but I did have 300,000. Especially when you're first starting out, the volume is usually a little bit lower, just because the type of deals that you're getting are typically lower. Then average commission rate, 3%. So the average commission is gonna be 9,000. Now we have to factor in the market center, right, to get you into cap. So in this particular market center, the cap is 22,000, if you want to fill that in, and the royalty is 3,000. So your total is 25,000.
Okay, the total is then 25.
Yep, 25,000, because it's 22,000 at our office and the 3,000, so that's 25,000. So now,
Sorry, Christina, what was the numbers at the top?
average sales price is 300,000, 3%. So your average commission is $9,000.
Thank you.
So now it means that the cap, you see how it says GCI times 30%. So you're paying, well, here it's 20%. So your GCI and it's 20% that you're paying to the market center. So once you've done $22,000, you've paid your market center for that year, okay? And for your royalty, you pay the KW International 6% until you've paid them $3,000, okay? And that means that you've capped with international as well. So on the next page, it's going to show you annual net GCI goal is $100,000 plus the market center cap. In this particular example is 23,000. So that means that they would need 123,000. And because each commission check is an average of 6,000, they have to do 21 deals. Okay. You're going to do it on the next page. So we'll do it together now. Yes.
You know how here it says that the average is 3%? I've heard
Well, so if you're a buyer's agent, the seller is the one that pays it. So the listing agent already made that negotiation. And what's common in our market is, in this particular market right now, what's happening is listing agents are taking 3.5 and they're charging and paying buyer's agents 2.5. That's what's commonly happening right now. Which is why you should be a listing agent, because you get to determine how much you get paid and how much the other agent gets paid. So you just have the upper hand. However, if we do the fair way, to be honest, it's not that it's fair, that's just what everybody was taught, is that you split it in half, right? So if you get 6%, then 3 and 3 go on one side. However, it's however you see your business, you make that decision. But if you're a buyer's agent, you're going off of what the listing agent negotiated for you.
Thank you.
Okay, they're the ones finding the house, so
Okay, so there's one.
yeah.
Question, is the cap the royalty, is that variable per year?
It's per year.
But is
No,
it
does it
variable?
change?
No.
It's fixed every year, 25%, 25,000.
Yes.
And it goes, when it comes to a year, like, when it starts, when it ends,
Your anniversary. So when you joined,
when you join.
that month that you joined. Mine is I think December. Okay. Because I started mid-November, so then they count it. Depends on when in the month you started. Obviously, if you started towards the end, they're not going to count that month. So annual net GCI goal. So put your goal.
That's the one we put in the first. That's the first number.
Yeah. Well, or if you included that cost already, then you would put that one. But let's say that you didn't put that cost, because I said to include your expenses. But if you didn't include it, then yes, you would put it there. So your goal. Then fill in the market center cap of 25,000. Then add it, A and B. So you're gonna add your goal and the cap. Your average commission was 9,000. And then now divide the GCI by the average commission. And then share with me how many transactions you need to accomplish.
$14.
14 deals, okay? Oh. So how many is that a month? So 2 months, you got to 2 months, you got to do 2. Okay. 16. Okay.
I didn't figure out, because I mean, if it's your personal income goal, it shouldn't be your salary that you're paying yourself. That's your goal.
We're thinking of it as a business. What does the business want? And then, yes, you can do that too. But then you got to take a little extra time to see, okay, the business is going to pay me this. So then what does the business need to make to pay me this, pay all the expenses? Okay.
Basically, if I make.
So give me the number later today in the chat. I'm going to follow you until you. Okay. What were you going to say, Malak?
So with 16, it looks a lot, but if you do per month, 16 transactions is not too bad. It's like
No, it's
1.5
not.
a month.
So do 2 a month.
2 a month.
And then you'll surpass your goals and live a big life. Right? And then now you start to see 2 a month is really not that much. But you have to be consistent. Because if you're not lead generating today, 60 days, you're making 0, right? You're not lead generating tomorrow in 61 days, you're not making anything. So do you want to make 0 or do you want to make what you just wrote down? Maria, can you, Maria and Crystal, if you can write in the chat or tell me what the annual transaction that you need to make. Maria just shared. 21. Okay, perfect. And Crystal?
25.
Love it. Okay, commitment to daily lead generation. Page 27. Oh, he just said what I said, but he said 90 days. For every day you don't lead generate, 90 days later, you can expect no money. You don't want this to happen. So it says, great, you've got a big why and a monetary goal. So how do you get from here to there? Lead generation. So if real estate was a factory, if you ran a factory, you would know how long it takes to make a widget, right? So it says step 1 would be 2 hours, step 2 would be another 2 hours, another 2 hours, another 2 hours. So it would equal a total of 8 hours. So you would also know that if you didn't do step 1, at the end of the day, you would have no widgets. Real estate is no different. So it's saying there's a time for lead generation, the time for your appointments, the time for the agreements, time for contracts, and then time for close, which it equals 90 days. So when you get someone that is interested, you don't just make money from them the next day. There is a process, right? You have to meet with them. You have to get them to sign an agreement with you. You have to then promote either the property or help them find a property. Now you have to go through the contract process, right? So there are many days in that process to get them to that closing table so you can actually see that money. So do we want to make money in 90 days? I want to make money in 90 days. And actually I just did a rental that I'm getting paid in September. I did a new construction. I'm getting paid next November. I am building my pipeline, right? So that I'm always consistently making money. It's not what I'm making today. What I'm making today was not from what I did today. It was what I did months ago, right?
How's the long of the new construction?
That's when that property didn't be available. They're building it.
So the sale doesn't go through for
I was like, what if I'm not licensed by then?
Don't you still get your money even if you're not licensed? Because by the time you did the closing, right?
I think so, but I'm gonna be licensed. I was just making a joke.
Why September for the
That's a different rental.
Oh,
That's a listing. However, okay, you just saw me list, I'm listing a rental. So now I have to find the tenant. Okay, I find the tenant, they have to send me an offer, I have to do a lease. These are days, right? And they have to then apply with the association. So again, it's a process. Yes, and now we listed it. So it should be, if today is July 6th, I'm expecting to get paid August on that one because I have like 8 showings in the first weekend. Great. Now I need to get it under contract. So page 28, it says, how long on average does it take to get a buyer or seller to sign a contract for a sale or a listing?
nowadays.
To get to sign a contract for a sale or a listing, to get them to agree to work with you.
2 or 3 days. No more. You call them to try to get the appointment within 24, 48 hours.
Okay, so for sale by owner, I'm gonna call for sale by owner and he's gonna give me a deal in a day or 2.
He would sign a contract.
Is he? And do you think that a for sale by owner is gonna sign a contract with you in 2 to 3 days?
I hope so.
Some may, however, it's all in the follow-up.
True.
So it sometimes takes about on average 3 to 7 weeks to get a for sale by owner to commit to you.
Really?
Well, I was gonna say a month.
Yeah, of following up with them every single week.
Every single week?
Yes. And a lot of for sale by owner specified agents that like specify for sale by owners, they always say Monday is the best day to follow up with for sale by owners. So if that is one of the forms of lead generation that you want to do, keep that in mind. But it's all in the follow-up. They're not going to just meet you and sign an agreement right away. Now, some people will. So the average, it says 1 to 60 days. Depends. If it's referral, they may sign right away, right? I don't have any of you in here, but some of my newer agents that are getting listings, they're getting a listing agreement signed, but the property's not ready. So again, it's a process. How long does it take for a transaction to close and for you to get paid? 30 to 60 days, yes. Depending, exactly. Really, you're right, 30 to 90, because it depends on the situation. I mean, in this market, thank God if you're putting a house on the market, I mean, it's immediately. But if you're helping a buyer and you're not being coached well, then you don't know how to put these offers together. And unfortunately, you're wasting more time. Okay, so you have to make sure that you're putting these strong offers together. How quickly do you want to get paid? Or how long can you go without a payday? How long can you go without a payday? Everybody's going to be a different answer. Let's go, Malak. How long?
I don't want to go or I can go.
How long can you go without a payday?
30 to 60 days.
Okay. So that means you need to be working now so that you can get paid, right? Okay.
Me?
Yes. How long?
Realistically, with what I have in my savings, 6 to 7 months.
Okay.
Say like 30 to 45 days.
I know. I'm like, I know that what you're gonna say is very slow. It's very tight. Okay. Which I appreciate your honesty. Yaritza, how long can you go without a paycheck?
Well, I want to say 3 months, even though that it doesn't matter that I can't afford more than that. That's more like what I want to tell myself.
Then you can afford more than that, but
Yes,
you'd rather
yes,
not.
But I will tell myself, you got 3 months.
Okay. Yeah, typically I could go 30 days without making money, but after that I'm like drowning. I have a lot of things that I need to pay for, so that's really, I cannot. I have to close something every month, no matter what.
Maybe because me, I do that, 6 to 7 months because besides I have some savings, I also have a business, like a family business in Louisiana.
Good.
So, that's always coming.
Yeah, good.
So it's not much, me and my sister that owns it, but, I know that it's not gonna be 6 months that I'm gonna be traveling, but it's gonna be enough to pay my bills that I have right now.
Good. What will it take for you to get paid so you can begin to fund your big why?
Lead
Lead
generate.
generate. Okay, page 29. I went over with most of you about a funnel. So having a big funnel of leads, bringing them down to the appointments. So getting them to meet with you, getting them to sign an agreement with you, then putting them under contract and getting to that close date. Any questions on that? I think that's a simple concept. I'm going to kind of move on from that, unless you guys have questions. Go.
I don't know if it's the same thing or I should ask after, but how do you determine what type of calls you're gonna be making first? Because like in the little trainings that I have, attend online, some people said go after the expiry, others said force it by owners. Like how do you determine what calls you're gonna be making?
Okay, so yeah. First of all, it depends on your personality. You mentioned that you're someone that's a little more shy. So there is a sheet that I've shared quite a few times. I can share it again. Just remind me. It goes based off your personality, your DISC profile. Have you taken your DISC test?
I did the first time, but not with this office, with the other office in Toronto.
What was your DISC?
I don't remember.
Okay.
I did it and I sent it to Javier.
So definitely knowing. Hi. Are you changing the AC?
Come on, guys, you're freezing.
You're putting it, oh, thank you.
We were trying to make her cold. Okay. So knowing your DISC personality is, I would say, is a first step to figuring out what's going to work best for you. Because when you understand how you work best and what you're going to enjoy, you're going to be more likely to actually do it. So that's step one. For me, my database was easy for me. would you guys consider me introvert or extrovert?
Consider you?
Yeah.
I think you're like naturally an introvert, but like when you're doing this, like it seems like you're extrovert, but like personally, I think you're an introvert.
Thank you, Robert. You know me so well already. I appreciate you. Yeah. That is exactly what I am. And what I've taught myself to do is create a persona. So I am at work. This is not who I am really. I am someone that is very introvert. I am someone that's to myself. I'm like a hermit crab. That's just who I am. And yet, is that going to fund my life? No, it is not.
Not at this kind of.
Is that going to help me? Is that going to help me connect with people? No, it is not. So I've had to help myself and create a persona in my brain of what it is that people will connect with. Not that it's fake, but I have to really work at that all the time to really show myself in that manner, because it is something that I really had to work on. So when you said that you're shy, or I'm not shy, but I'm definitely not someone that's out there. All the like events that Keller Williams does of like group things, like those drive me crazy. I get very nervous and I get anxious, and it is definitely work that I have to do, right? So I have to find lead generation things that are not going to make me feel anxious. How do I do that? By connecting with my database. They know me, they like me, they trust me. Social media. I am subtly showing everything I want to show without having to be in someone's face. So for me, that's easier, right? So just finding things that work for you is what I suggest. And obviously knowing your DISC profile. I'm an SC, which is someone that's stable, doesn't like change, and someone that's analytical. So analytical, definitely online presence will probably be something that's going to be good for a C, which is Robert Vino over here. He's a high C, so that's something that he would probably be good at. And knowing that helps you.
How would I be able to do that disc again?
Tony Robbins, Google Tony Robbins disc. There's a free version, and then there's one that you pay like $17 or something. I paid the $17 after I was here for a while, just because the team leader at that time really wanted to like see more about my personality, so I ended up paying it. And it just helps you, again, if you're learning based, do you not want to learn about yourself? Do you not want to know what makes you tick, how you can grow, how you interact with others? That was part of my training, right? Learning myself. So taking the time to do that, possibly paying that fee, for me is well worth it. Okay.
So to just confirm what you already knew, or did you learn something new about yourself?
I think I learned a little bit about myself. Yes, I knew some things. However, seeing it on paper always kind of validates this is the things that I do need to work on, or these are the things that I can use to further whatever I wanted to accomplish. I did retake it because, so when I joined Keller Williams, I was in a different place, and they told me retake it because you might be a different person, just because I was going through so much. Like that was a really negative time going through the other brokerage, which I know Malak can relate. And I was I was in a down place. So when I took the test, I was not that same person that I feel I am now. So that's another thing to keep in mind when you're taking the test. If you're really in a down area, you may answer the questions differently than if you were in a positive place. However, that's what you are at that moment, right? And you need to realize that. Okay. Page 30. Oh, here we go. Add 10 new contacts to your database daily. Speak with 10 people in your database daily, and write 10 notes daily. And then weekly is the 10 homes. Yes, please.
Actually, it's in page 31. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, it's in page 30. I was on page 30, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm just a little bit ahead. So page 30 is why can some agents make 100 calls a day and others fear the phone? Because successful agents follow a simple formula. They leverage powerful scripts, build the relationship, ask for the business, ask for referrals, and come from contribution. It comes back to your mindset. One of helping people and being positive. Focus on your goals, avoid attachment to the outcome, and you will succeed. And then yes, page 31. These are the 4 powerful habits. So grow and manage your database, which is adding 10 new contacts into your contact database every day. Prospect, speak with 10 people in your database every day. Follow up, write 10 notes to people you know or have recently connected with every day. And knowing your market. So previewing 10 homes for sale every day and visit 10 in person every week. So it's saying to preview homes for sale every day on the market. So you can look at them online, just scroll through, and then visit 10 of them in a week.
So can we don't have to be working with buyers or sellers?
No.
We can just.
Yeah, go to vacant homes. Yep. Yes.
Christina, I'm sorry to ask, regards to that, how do you get that super key?
Just call the Miami board.
Miami board?
Mhm.
Okay, they'll give you access to that? Okay, thank you.
They'll help you set up because it's an app.
Thanks.
As you continue to make calls and lead generate, you'll begin to gain traction and you will find the work easier because you will have built the habits that will bring you the wealth, freedom, and success you desire. So the beginning is always going to be the hardest. And every time I do my lead generation, the first like 5 to 10 minutes, I notice that I feel a little bit off, but as I get going, you just get into it. And then all of a sudden you're like 30 calls in and you're like, okay, like it starts to become fun once it's getting past that initial, lots of things, fear, failure. Yeah, all those things that you feel, which is why it's so important to script practice before you lead generate, because I'll start to warm you up and you kind of already feel, you have that feel for those objections. So it says you will be committing to completing the daily 10-4 every day beginning today. The daily 10-4 sets minimum goals for each day. Countless agents will attest that accomplishing this daily challenge will put you in easy reach of your goals and get you into 4 habits quickly. So page 32. Grow and manage your database. So adding 10 people to your database with complete contact information. So adding their name, address, phone number, cell phone, and more contact information if you can get it. These can be people you know or have just met, or people you know, how do I say this word? Peripherally. That is, you know of them through someone else. Just make sure that by the end of the day, you have added 10 complete records to your database. Keep in mind, the size of your database will determine the size of your income. Remember, it's all a numbers game. The more people you have, the more deals you're going to have. If you only have one person in your database, okay, unless that person's buying every single day. Okay. Prospect. So connecting with 10 people in your database. Every day, connect with at least 10 people from your database. The purpose for the call or conversation is threefold. Let them know about your business, ask for their business, and ask for referral business. Sending a handwritten note or letter with a business card to at least 10 people you know or have recently connected with. Begin with those you've called. This is the follow-up to the call. You can also write notes to people you meet, like the mechanic that changes your oil or the barista that makes your coffee in the morning. This habit alone will differentiate you from others in a big way, enhance your prospecting. Every week, preview at least 10 homes in your market. Explore different neighborhoods and price ranges. Seeing the property up close is a lot different than viewing it online. Know what your clients will see online and then know the truth by visiting properties. This is a valuable step that should not be skipped. You'll soon find that you know more about the market than most. The next page, 33, they don't use the My Tracker. That's just something that we are not using right now. However, you can use command to add your contacts, to fill in the notes, to put in the tasks. Have you guys done that at all? Have you played with commands? Yes? A little bit? Okay, I'm gonna show you really quick just the basics of the commands. I'm sorry, Maria, I just saw. Yes, you do. Okay, let me just show you a quick something.
like, how to like actually navigate through the whole command? Lay me off with,
So Scott Leroy Marketing does trainings on command every week. And then there's a 66-day challenge on YouTube. That will also, every day you watch one video, or you can watch 10 videos a day, doesn't matter, but it's meant to do one a day, so that by the end of the 2 months, you're fully aware of how to use.
Anybody want to donate?
Sure.
Jump out the box. I think I do a bunch of athletes, but anybody else?
Yes, please.
Get home
Yes, please.
after you try to freeze them.
Okay. Thank you.
Come on, come on, make a decision.
Thank you.
Going? Going? I know you want, but you're just watching your way.
Okay, so we are on the command homepage. We're gonna go to contacts. You're gonna go to add contact. You're gonna add their information. And then you're gonna say, how did you get this lead source? Is it from a referral? So this person referred them to me? Or is it from circle prospecting? So you actually were making the calls. So you decide how you got this information. If it's a lead that you have not spoken to, then you mark it as a lead. If it's someone that you've already spoken to, then you've already made that connection. And then you can add them. If you click add to sales pipeline, it's gonna automatically take you to opportunities next. So you can add an opportunity, or you cannot click that and then do that later. It's up to you. For me, I do have certain tags that I like to use. So if they're a seller, I'll put seller. If they're a buyer, I put that. If I know that they want to buy in 2022, I'll put that tag just to kind of facilitate how to go ahead.
Do allied resource means like friends, family, allied resource?
Allied resources is like lenders, title companies, things like that.
So if it's like a friend, we put it.
It could be an allied resource. It could be, yeah. I would call that more like my fan base. My fan base, like family and friends that refer me people. That's
Just I don't see it in the.
yeah.
You can add some. You can add tags.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, you can create tags. So if I put, see, you could just create custom tag. Okay, and then if you need additional email, additional phone number, you would put it. If you know their Facebook URL, you would put that. Description is where I put any information about the beginning of our relationship, I would put here. So if I want to just go in more detail about how I met them, I would put that there. And then I would create the contact. Oh, what did I miss?
But you add those contacts after you've done your calls, right? Or you do it like in call Saturday at the same time?
It's whatever works best for you. Oh, maybe the email.
I ask because I know that each time, like for example, on the T-Mobile, each time you call, you kind of create them. You always say, I'm making notes for you.
Yeah, it just depends what works for you. So now Donald Ducker. Okay, so Donald Ducker, this is his contact. So this is like the board. So the notes, when you talk to them, you would put it here. So, okay.
You can actually, I like it. You go to timeline and you add activity, and it has more options. Like it tells you like how did you contact that person? Text, call, email.
Yes.
In person.
Yeah.
Like that.
Yeah, I'll show you that way too. You
Is
could
it
do
the
it either.
same thing as notes?
Yeah, it's gonna go in the same, doesn't matter. That's just the way to tell you how you did it, but here you can write it too. So Okay, spoke to him. Family is great. Wife got new job, right? Whatever it is. Son started soccer, right? And then task. So follow up, and then I want to follow up in September. And then ask how soccer is. How is it going back to school for the little one, right? Whatever you want to write. So now on your main page in September, you're going to see the task to follow up with Donald about his family, right? And then what Malak was saying. Add activity, and then you can put how you interacted with them. And then the description. Okay, so that's how you can kind of keep track, because we don't use the mind tracker, but this is what we're using now. So let me go back to my. So if we're doing 10 contacts per day, how many contacts, do you know how many contacts that means at the end of Ignite? 200. 200. It's 4 weeks, 5 days. Okay. Skill number 3, use influencing sales language. Watch video, how to use scripts. One moment. Jeff Glover, so he's actually the owner of who does my coaching. He has Glover U University, and that's who I use for my coaching. Once you've, because what I am is a productivity coach. So my job is to get you guys into production, get you guys to cap. Once you've capped once or twice, depending on where you are, you need to take it up to mastery. So at that point is when you decide, is it MAPS coaching? Is it an outside source? What's going to be best for me in terms of coaching? You should not maintain the same coach for years on end. You should be changing it up. Okay. Even though I love you guys, but not forever.
Hi, I'm Jeff Glover, and I'm going to tell you the top 5 things that you need to know about using scripts. Step 1, you're going to need to get your scripts from a top agent at the office, your team leader, a MAPS coach, or of course, Keller Williams University. Step 2, we're going to need to do a total transformation of, instead of talking and telling, of asking questions. Selling isn't telling, selling is asking a series of questions that leads to desired response. So instead of talking so much, we need to get in the habit of asking questions. And asking questions gives us control of the conversation. Control of the conversation gives us our ultimate outcome, which is an appointment set or closing. Step 3, we need to listen with good intention. Well, what I mean by that is we need to listen to their answers instead of just listening to them talk and asking another question that comes to mind. For example, instead of asking a seller where they're moving to and then going on to the next question, how soon would you like to be there? Ask them, where are you moving to? And when they give you a response, ask them, what takes you there? Step 4 in becoming better at scripts
is we need to learn to mimic, mirror, and match the prospect. What I mean by that is we have to listen to their tone of voice. We have to speed up or slow down based on how fast the prospect is talking. That means when they respond and say, we're moving to Toledo. Oh, Toledo, that's exciting. What takes you there? 93% of communication is body language and tonality. And that means only 7% are the words that we say or the questions that we ask. Step 5, we need to take these 5 points and practice them daily. If you think of NFL teams, they practice 50, 60 hours on the practice field for a 1-hour game. Our game is our presentations and our appointments, and we need to practice daily. Everything that we've learned every single day before we meet with our clients. When it comes to scripts, my biggest aha is that everybody has their own scripts. We're pre-programmed to have scripts, and we're talking and asking questions that are scripted. However, what we found is that most of our own scripts are no good. And so we have to learn the right scripts, the right questions to maintain control of the conversation. Thanks for watching KW Connect. Make it a great day.
Ahas? Anything? You guys are right. Yeah, so insightful. Tell me more.
You know that I'm a big fan of script practice. Yeah, for me, I don't know. I already love script practice because it gives me that confidence, but I honestly feel like I'm not, and I think that's because it hasn't been that long. I'm not applying it as much as I should yet.
Okay. How can you apply it?
By keeping those objections in mind. I don't know. I think it's by building that confidence.
Okay. Are you script practicing enough?
I don't think I am. That's it. Like I'm doing it with you, then I'm doing it for about half an hour afterwards. But that's not enough. He said, and maybe that's an aha. It needs to be, how much did he say? Remember? He said it needs to be like for an hour of practice, it needs to be like 2.
Well, so when I joined his coaching, my coach made me write out the script 5 times a day. I have to just write the script every single day, 5 times a day. So until that was for 30 days. I was like, I don't have time for that yet. I was up at night doing it. Why? Because I need to better my skills. So again, it's about self-mastery and how much are you willing to do to take it to that next level. Yeah, and exactly, Maria. So when you guys tell me I made 500 calls, if you're just making calls and not saying the right thing, I mean, it's pointless. Like you're wasting your time, you're wasting my time, you're wasting the client's time because you don't know what you're saying. So that helps you be purposeful with your lead generation. Thank you, Maria. Sticking with that script, it kind of keeps that purposeful, right? As opposed to just making those calls and hoping you like just winging it. Now you have to make way more calls to get any conversion. Okay. So it says it wants me to read these out loud to you. So did you find everything you were looking for? Go ahead, look around, and please let me know if I can help you. I see you admiring that large screen TV. Are you looking to have one in your home for the big game this weekend? Recognize any of these phrases? Of course, they are well-known and commonly used phrases in sales and service industries. Since you are now in a sales industry, your success is dependent on use of real estate sales language. So it says, since we are first in the business of lead generation, what are we really saying about our job? So it's going to ask you to fill in the blanks, which is talking to people about their real estate needs and the needs of people they know. So there are 2 ways of doing this. You could do it entrepreneurial, just chat up whoever happens to cross your path. And if real estate comes up, great. And if it doesn't, oh well, I'm sure to get a deal one of these days. Or being purposeful. Know exactly who you want to talk to, block time to communicate with them, and be prepared to have great conversations that lead to you providing value in exchange for them helping you grow your business. So are you willing to bet on the entrepreneurial side or the purposeful side? Which one?
Both.
Both? Why?
Because sometimes you chat with people when you're out. It's not the people that you know. You just chat and then you give your business card. And it was not purposely, but you still went to, sell yourself, right?
Okay.
And then purposely is like part of your plan that you do, that you said, I'm going to contact this people, this people, this people. So I think that in my case, I will do it both. Take all my 360 around me, whatever opportunity I have to sell myself, my service, and what I do. And then target certain people that I want to specifically possibly have an opportunity of business with.
Okay. I like that train of thought. I'll take it. Okay, page 38. So it says benefits of scripts. So scripts give us the confidence to do our job. They allow us to stay focused and in the present moment, and they provide consistency in what we say and do. Any other benefits?
Confidence.
It said confidence, yeah.
Sometimes you don't know what to say, but if you have a script and you practice it, then you feel more confident about talking.
Okay. Anything else?
If through scripts, you can be exposed to the rebuttals that you will come across like a real conversation. So you're better prepared to.
You didn't come to script practice today.
Yeah.
Come on, Robert.
Okay. What are your limiting beliefs around scripts, Robert?
I'm sorry, what was your?
What are your limiting beliefs around scripts?
What are my limiting beliefs? Like, what is holding back to do it? Being committed to starting that day at an earlier time, right? Like being committed to like, okay, like the thing is, the dangerous thing about real estate is that creating those schedules, like, the 15 minutes.
Yeah.
But like you got the script practice at 8:45, you should make that a priority. So it really is being disciplined to say like, I will start this day at this time.
Yes.
If I may add, and that's why I'm so grateful for the script practice, because that's my motivation to get to the office and actually start working. If we didn't have script practice, and that was my main challenge in the other brokerage, is that I didn't have any goal, I didn't have any schedule, I didn't have anything. So it was like, okay, I used to wake up at 9. I was like, okay, stay in bed, 10 a.m. Okay, now I'm gonna get up. What am I gonna do? Script practice actually helps you start your day. Let's get it. It's at 8:45. Yeah, 8:45.
Yeah, because you can usually, you get here usually around 8:30.
Even before.
Oh, wow.
Last week I got here at 6:30 every day. So like get here, get that half an hour of like, okay, let's start the day, and then at 8 actually start working, prepare for it. So kind of gives you that start.
And how can you make that your priority, right? Because she's done that and she's been proving it consistently for weeks now that she's committed to that. How can you make that? Because you just said a great point that you're not doing it, and she just said a great point that she found something to do it. What can you do to actually commit to that? Because I am providing that value. How can you commit to that?
I think trying yourself to make those calls without script practicing, and you see how bad it goes.
No, that's good. Oh, I tried.
That's what I'm saying. That will help lead you to the, I need to be there at 8:30 from a lot.
Okay, so that's gonna motivate you, right? Going through that failure.
Yeah.
Okay, what's gonna motivate you to see you at script practice tomorrow?
Well, tomorrow I'm good. I'm gonna be able to.
I'm just saying in general. What can you do?
When I come,
Like today, why didn't you come on?
I'm off today.
So why didn't you come on?
Why? Oh, I had to bring my daughter to school.
Okay, why didn't you come on to the Zoom?
Because I thought like in Zoom it was gonna be difficult because I'm driving.
You can listen.
Okay, I didn't do it.
Yeah.
Okay, that was my question. I think that is just I'm pretty new, so I don't know how it works. So the link that you sent, I
If you're driving, I'm not gonna put you in a breakout room. You can listen to us in the.
I didn't know that. I thought it would be very.
Now, it's not gonna be a daily thing that I'm gonna give you a pass that you're just listening to me every single day. However, do not let it stop you from doing your things, right? Because things are always gonna come up in our lives, always. Yet, how can we work around them to still accomplish our goals? Okay. And then it says, affirm your mindset with, because of scripts, I sell more homes and earn more income. So engrave that in your brain. Learning scripts on page 39. Oh, Maria wrote something. Hold on, let me just see. Yes. So Maria wrote, script practice can be intimidating at the beginning, but eventually you develop the confidence. I have one agent, Enrique Chacon, my dear agent. I love him. He feels self-conscious about his accent. So at first it was a lot for him, but every single day he comes and he tries and he puts in that effort and he is gaining that confidence, right? That's what it is. It's practice. I'd rather him gain confidence with us, feeling that with us, and then being able to work on that so that when he goes in front of clients, he doesn't show that.
You have a Spanish script?
A script, I believe there's, well, okay, so I don't do that in our script practice. However, let's say that if you want a breakout room and you want to practice in Spanish, that you're more than welcome to. I also paired up a few that want to script practice in Spanish. So if you do want to script practice in Spanish, great, let me know and I will partner you up with someone. Yes. No, and I'll partner you up with someone that will also commit to script practicing in Spanish.
Do you have like material in Spanish? I'm sorry to ask you. But
I should. I believe so.
Okay.
I can, yeah. Can you make a note that we got it?
And there's even script practice in French.
Awesome.
You know, the Spanish one, I think it's very convenient because a lot of people, like in Mesa area where I live, there's a lot of people who don't speak English. But like you can.
Yeah. Don't let that hold you back though if
No,
your
no, of
Spanish is
course.
not like amazing, because mine is not, and that was something that held me back from making calls. And I found out, I think it's like only 10% of people actually only speak Spanish that are gonna answer your calls. So don't let that hold you back, please.
When you don't speak Spanish, you know, how?
Yeah, what Mate,
Spanish is very good.
what Mate does is he just says, un momento, and puts it with an agent that does.
Honestly though, like if the game is like broken, the fact that you're trying gets them so much more engaged in the conversation and like they're more receptive to listening to you. I thought.
Yeah, it's hard if you really don't understand it. Like if she
I
doesn't.
understand.
Oh, you do understand? Okay, good.
everything, But it's very good.
Okay. So I'm speeding up a little bit because we're about to get out of time. Okay. Page 39. So it says learning scripts, we begin by memorizing them. Both take time and practice. So memorize and then internalize. So it says, wrap your mind around learning scripts by saying learning scripts will make great things happen in my life. And then it says choose ways to incorporate practice into your daily routine. So arrange with a partner to spend 15 minutes each day reciting scripts to each other. I provide that for you. You can take advantage of that or create your own schedule. Record yourself saying your scripts on your phone and play them back while driving, speaking along with the recording. Any other ideas?
There's also Facebook, Nelson showed me, there's a Facebook script practice group.
There's a bunch.
Yeah.
I mean, you can search on Facebook anything and you'll find it. But there's a bunch of, if you're in Bold, definitely join the Bold Facebook page. There's like lead generation or script pages that you could just search script and you'll see whoever is allowing agents to join in there. Pivot Shift Ahead. That's a page for KW. Well, it's for all agents. However, it's mainly ran by KW agents. And there are so many resources there, objections that they give, that they ask for input, and then you can read the comments and you see all these objection handlers. It's just so much valuable information on Facebook. Definitely take advantage and join groups like that. Pivot, shift ahead, yes. Yeah, well, so they have a morning call every single morning, which I put it on my WhatsApp every single morning, 8 a.m. to 8:20. All these agents come on the Zoom or that Facebook page, and they just discuss different things, and you learn a lot from these agents. So I would highly suggest that. Okay, so memorize in 6 steps. So read the first sentence of the script out loud 5 times. When you read your script out loud, you're engaging your eyes, your voice, and your entire body, not just your eyes. That's why you should read it out loud. Repeat the same sentence 5 times with a huge smile on your face. You will notice a difference in your tonality when you say it with a smile. Try standing in front of a mirror. Watch your body language as you repeat your script. Read the second line of the script out loud 10 times while smiling. Now for the hard part, put your script down. From memory, recite the first 2 sentences out loud 10 times with a big smile. If you make a mistake, start over from the beginning. And continue adding 1 sentence at a time, repeating 10 times. Anytime you make a mistake, go back to the beginning. And then say the entire script as fast as you can, 5 times in a row. Your chances of stumbling when reading the scripts at a normal pace after you've practiced and chanted them is very small. So doing the 6-step process is the way scripts become natural to you. Instead of having to think about what to say next, you'll be able to listen to how your customer is responding. It says, how long will it take to memorize and internalize? The truth is, it doesn't matter, because as you keep using the scripts, you become better at them. Don't rush, be patient, expect good results, and they will come to you. Keep smiling, practicing, and rehearsing, and you will achieve success internalizing the scripts. It's about to be time to go, so we're not going to do this right now. However, if you guys are going to stay in the office another 30 minutes, I would highly suggest you do little groups together and practice, which is on the next page, page 43. There's a new to real estate or new to Keller Williams script. And I would highly suggest that you guys read that together. If for any reason you have to leave at 12:30, then read it to yourself out loud. Use the technique he just shared and put in that work, okay? You're not gonna all of a sudden know how to be a great real estate agent. It takes time. It says that after you read that script, you're gonna make calls. So it says call until you make a contact with at least 3 people, which anyways today you're supposed to call 10. So at least make your 3 calls for this exercise, okay? If you made the calls already, yeah, you can write those in. Page 46 is the personal notes. It even gives you what you can write. If you follow the script, then now you take it to this next step. If you have to get off Zoom at 12:30, I understand. And if you guys have to leave at 12:30, I understand. Probably going to be about 10 to 15 more minutes trying to get through the material. Sorry that I didn't finish on time. Skill number 4, so be accountable to your big why and your monetary goals. So follow an action plan. If you guys do not know how to do an action plan, I would definitely say creating a GPS, which is your goals, priorities, and strategies. Robert's working on that now. Is that helping you, Robert?
Yeah, tremendously.
Good. And then now what you're going to do with that GPS, which is a 1-page business plan, you then translate that to your 411, which is your annual goal. That's 1. Your monthly goal. That's 1 month. But then your 4 weeks. That's why it's 411. You're working backwards. 4 weeks to get that 1 month goal to then hit that yearly goal. Okay. And then it says by writing everything on your action plan, you empty your mind of these stressful reminders and make sure that you prioritize these actions coherently and consistently. This helps you improve your concentration because you won't have these distractions buzzing around your mind, which is why I mentioned you should always have that white space at least once a week to work on the business. What do I need to work on to accomplish my goals? Page 48, it says make a list. So make a list of all the things in your world that require action or resolution, everything that's incomplete and needs action, whether it's urgent or not, big or small, personal or professional. Then you're gonna prune, which carefully consider each item. Is it dollar productive and part of your 20%? Does it have real relevance to you? If unimportant or not of relevance, delete it. And then prioritize. For the remaining items on your list, determine two things, their importance and their urgency. This will help you organize and prioritize the list. So then important activities have an outcome that leads to us achieving our goals, whether these are professional or personal. These are your 20% items, the ones that are dollar productive. Urgent activities demand immediate attention because the consequences of not dealing with them are immediate. So on page 49, can you mark off each of these activities and tell me if they're the 20% or if they're urgent or neither? Take a minute.
Page 39.
49.
Oh, 40.
Okay, Maria. Thank you for attending. I hope I brought value to you. Good luck with your closing. Okay, guys, so returning a call to a person inquiring about a listing. Urgent, is it 20%? It would be both, yes. It's both. Schedule a training class on contracts. It's important, not urgent, yes. Your daily 10-4. Okay, and urgent, yes. Thank you, Crystal. Order new business cards.
Important?
No, ma'am. No, it's not.
That's urgent.
I can care less about your business cards. Sorry. I have this thing about business cards. No. No.
I have a picture of one that I did on command, and I just share it by text. You want my business card? Here's my.
Yep.
Here's my good idea.
Yes. Put marketing materials together for a meeting with a seller next week. That's important, yeah, not urgent, because it's next week. Update my Facebook.
I would say, yeah, because you wanted to, all right, no, it's not.
For me, it would be important because that's also a way to lead generate.
If that is your lead generation, yes. If it is, otherwise, no. The way that they meant it was like update your Facebook for life, but.
Oh, like for regular like
Yeah.
stuff? Oh, no.
Pick up dry cleaning before they close. It's actually urgent.
It's urgent. Oh, because obviously you're getting there.
But it's not important. It's not your 20%. It's not gonna bring you money, yet you need your clothes. So it's something that needs to get done because it's gonna have an immediate consequence if you don't pick it up. You see?
We don't want to make it next day.
Correct.
Oh, come on.
But it's not gonna bring you money and lead generate.
That's urgent, important.
That is your life. And then it says on page 50, list 10 tasks that you need to complete. Of course, they put lead generation for you already, and then rate each on importance of urgency. So if you do have personal things that you need to get done, again, such as dry cleaning, making sure that you clean the house this week, whatever it is, right? You put that on your list because that is something that needs to get done in your life, and then you're going to prioritize them. Page 51. Is time blocking. So it says write down exactly the days of the week and the hours you will do your lead generation. In your calendar, time block for lead generation every day for up to 1 month. For the duration of Ignite, you'll continue lead generating for the rest of your career. Time block for home previewing 10 homes every week. And if for any reason something comes up and you cannot do it, you don't erase it, you just replace it somewhere else. Okay, so it doesn't mean that it doesn't happen because something came up. It just means you need to do it at a different time. So let's give an example. If you cannot come to script practice and you really cannot, right? Let's say that you really are on the road and you can never do it. Well, then you need to script practice at a different time, right? It doesn't mean that you just now create that as a reason to not do it. Block your calendar for the same time period before noon every single day, week after week. The morning is generally the best time for lead generation as it ensures you do not get caught up in other activities and lose the day. Okay. No skipping. If you erase, you must replace, like I mentioned. Allow no interruptions unless it is a real emergency like a family crisis. It's easier than you think to waste precious time on unrelated phone calls, water cooler chat, or putting out fryers that can wait until later. And then it gives you, during Ignite, it says here Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, but change it to Tuesday because we have Ignite on our Tuesdays. And then during Ignite, change that Tuesday to Wednesday on the next little graph. It says during Ignite, and then it says it says Tuesday and Thursday, change it to Wednesday, Thursday, because those are your days off from Ignite.
So when is the Ignite? I thought it was Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday.
It's Monday, Tuesday, Friday. So during Ignite, Monday, Tuesday, Friday, that's your schedule while you're taking Ignite. And then the days off of Ignite, which is Wednesday and Thursday, that's your schedule. This week, because of the holiday, is why we're off.
Is that why we don't have
Correct. Typically, the days that the weeks that we have a holiday, we won't have team rally. And then it's showing you what to schedule recurring. So your daily 10-4, your mission, your previewing of the houses, schedule all this in so that you get it done. And then after Ignite on page 56, it's showing how to change your schedule so that you can maintain that lead generation. Because once you finish Ignite, you still have that 3-hour block now that you can fill in with lead generation. So who will hold you accountable?
You, ourselves.
Yes. So coaching or mentoring program, partners in success. So if you come across agents in the office and you want to hold each other accountable, great. If you're in coaching with me, I will hold you accountable. I'm not your boss. However, if you tell me I want to be held accountable to this, then I will. And then personal accountability. It says, make no mistake, you cannot do this alone, yet you can commit to being accountable to someone else. And then it shows you some coaching programs that they have that are online. So you can, of course, look those up. I think that there are fees to those, so keep that in mind. It says on page 58, Partners in Success. And then it says if you do have someone in the office that you want to work with, it says provide a safe place to share, set frequency of checking in with each other, create a commitment and stick to it, follow through with action items, dig deep to find out why you do the things you do, allow to give and take feedback, listen and pay attention while the other person shares, respect each other and the process, and have each other's best interests in mind. Okay? And then it even tells you what questions you guys can work with together, knowing their big why, what opportunities for change or improvement surface, what will you do differently next week, and how will you reward yourself when you've accomplished this. So giving yourself prizes and things at the end, like to celebrate. Now you have something to kind of aim for. Any questions on this? Good. Personal accountability means that you're willing to personally understand and accept the task, take action to achieve results, answer for the results obtained regardless of the outcome, and to accept blame if things go wrong and make corrections or improvements to avoid mistakes in the future. What are some benefits of being accountable?
Some benefits of being accountable.
Yeah.
Ensuring that you're sticking to your goals.
Yep. Correct. And what else? One more.
Giving yourself understanding why is it things not succeeding as you want it to be, right?
You have an outside source, yeah, to kind of be that. Yep. Keeps you focused. So keeps you with eye on the plan. Page 61. You're gonna read all of these to yourself and initial them. Actually, if we can quickly, on page 61, I want each person to read one. And if we have to go around twice, we will. So starting with Malak and then Tanya, and then Victoria, Robert, Yaritza, and then we'll go back around. Go ahead.
Okay. So.
You read one.
Okay, so I commit to attend all the sessions.
Okay.
One of any or?
No, the second.
The second one, I commit to add in my database 200 or more names, contact information as quickly as possible within 30 days of these dated agreements.
Okay.
I commit to lead generating, speaking with people about real estate every day.
I commit to making business calls during the night classes.
Okay. Yaritza?
I commit to complete my mission for each power session of it.
Okay. Malak?
I commit to being prepared for my customers by memorizing and using script sales language.
Yes. Tanya?
I got, okay, she's there. Okay, I commit to working on my 6 personal perspectives.
Yes.
I commit to following the time box calendar activities that ignite.
Yes.
I understand that I am developing success habits, and by agreeing to this content, I agree to take control of my own business success.
Yes.
I have discussed the commitment of this program with those in my life who will be affected and they understand and have a good support.
Awesome. So you're gonna initial all of those and then sign it. And why are we doing that?
Holding ourselves accountable.
You are agreeing to this, so now if you don't achieve this, what will happen to your mindset? What will happen? How?
Not feel upset with yourself.
Okay, what else? Now you're telling yourself you're gonna do something and then you don't do it. What does that mean?
You value yourself.
Yes, but what does that mean for future?
But you're not going to achieve your goals at the time that you set up.
Now, anytime you set a goal, well, I don't need to really do it. Just go through life saying I'm setting this goal and then you don't complete it. That's just kind of now your trend, right? So if you're gonna commit to this, commit to it and do it. And then on the next page, 63, they do have one for your family or significant other. So if you are living with people, those are the people that I would have this discussion with. I'm building a business. this is what it's going to entail, and then you can have them read this, right? And what is that going to do for your family? Yes, both. Huh? Sure. And then page 65, it kind of gives you the breakdown of what you need to do. So then when you complete it, just put that you completed it. So this is going to help you kind of be purposeful in what you're working on, okay? And page 67, oh, it says page 66, again, how I showed you how to get that mission. It's going to show you what to do before tomorrow's class. And then page 67, what are the 4 skills you learned today? Mindset, accountability, goal setting, and scripts. Did you learn that? What are the 6 personal perspectives? You can cheat because it's in the room. What are they?
You have the 80-20, you have the mastery.
Yeah.
Oh, see? Self-mastery, 80-20, the E2P.
Learning based.
Learning based, my favorite. Limiting belief and
Yep. What's your daily 10 for?
that's your the context and the
Add 10 to database every day. Add 10 contacts in your call 10 contacts in your database every day. Write 10 notes every day and preview 10 homes a week. And what's the one thing focusing question? This actually we didn't go over. So it says, what's the one thing I can do such that by doing it, everything else will be easier or unnecessary? And then how many leads will you have in your KW database by the end of Ignite? Yep. And why are scripts so important to you?
gives you sales language and gives you confidence.
And they are known words that work. Any other ahas from today? Anything? Anything moving forward?
You know, one thing I realized, the need of coaching.
Ooh.
Honestly, you know,
Malak.
I feel like this is one thing that I'm learning in real estate. It's more than just making calls, selling houses, and buying houses.
Yeah, of course. Yes, it is.
So, and also the importance of having, like, working on yourself to then see that flourish in your business or whatever it is that your goals are.
Yes. So now, taking that aha, what behavior do you intend to change from that aha? Malak. It's just too good. Just about.
I gave you.
That's funny. So whatever your aha is, how can you put that into your behaviors, right? Putting it into action. When you guys are taking trainings, please just implement one thing. If you implement one thing, you're going to start to see changes in your business. If you're just taking trainings again for fun, you're being entrepreneurial, you're wasting your time just by saying I did this. Don't go about your life like that, right? Find purpose, find what you really want to do, whether it be real estate or not, and go after that. For me, to be honest, real estate is not my favorite thing anymore because now my favorite thing is coaching. I enjoy coaching, that I've kind of lost that real passion for helping families. However, I am helping families through you guys. The more families that you help, I'm feeling fueled, right? So find that passion and go after it, because that was something that I set the intention from the very beginning. If you guys know, when I met Eva, which was my productivity coach for almost 2 years, when I met Eva, I told her I want to coach agents. And at first, when she had just met me, so she was like, okay. she didn't understand. But as she got to know me, she realized that was what I really wanted. And I proved myself, so she provided that opportunity to me. So I set that intention. I was honest about what I wanted in life, and I went after it. And then now here I am because I put in that work, right? So just keep that in mind when you are creating your business plans. And that's all I got for today. So I hope I provided value to you guys. I think tomorrow is your database with Michelle Suarez. She's very big on commands, so I'm sure she's going to show you a lot about commands. And then,
Friday, right?
no, tomorrow. Because remember, because of the holiday, we're off.
Oh, so it is tomorrow, but just next week, Monday, Tuesday.
Yeah.
Got it.
You do have another training today, right?
For people, yes. Yes. Thank you.
Thank you.
Of course.
Thank you.
Of course, Crystal.
Have a good day.
You too. Bye.
Bye.